Still, that's
Yeah,
acceptable.
it was a time. But like,
Hello.
why would you say that?
Hello.
Hi,
How's it
Welcome.
going?
Good.
I'm bitching
Talking
as
about
per
hair.
usual.
Welcome back, everyone, to the liberation of Saint Cardaius Rest. How's everyone been doing?
Not bad. How about you?
Getting by.
Just sleep.
So, when
Uh,
last we left off... Sorry, I assumed everyone was keeping quiet for some reason.
to be honest, I couldn't figure out
I
how to
didn't
word
rob
what I
any
was
stores today. What are you talking about?
I just want to say, better than usual, I guess.
Well,
I
that's
mean, that
good.
sounds like an improvement.
Yeah, no.
It's always a good
Uh,
sign.
That I've been asked. I put more work towards shit that engages my mind that I have, I think, in any point in my life, and I have no idea where the motivation came from.
Yeah, well, take it while you got it.
Yeah, for
Ye-
sure.
I'm just internally screaming about life and procrastinating on looking at any of my problems by playing tabletop games. So here we are.
I will echo Avery's sentiment. What is sleep?
Yeah, no, I've just been that picture of the possum screaming at his own ass for now 2 days.
Yeah.
Yo,
Mhm.
Alright then, so last when we left off, you guys had established camp, set up everything you needed, and laid out a bit of a game plan. Then Flux took her team and headed off, or their
Whose
team
team?
rather,
there.
Same
their
thing.
team, and headed off
There you go, you caught
to
it.
T6, I believe,
Yep.
God damn it, Hugh.
leaving the rest of the team behind to watch over the camp. And as you had
And continue
headed
making
away,
poison.
Wait,
Don't forget the poison.
were you headed to T6 or were you going to deal with scouts?
no, you guys were left behind, and after a few hours, Packard had mentioned that he'd spotted movement of vehicle heading
Right.
in your direction.
Scouts are
Yes.
your
Well,
problem.
roughly in your direction.
Yeah, they just grabbed me and said, let's go. And then I went with them.
Yeah, the scouts are
I-
your problem. We're heading to T6 and then T2.
Okay.
I'm over here. I'm hanging out waiting for the scouts to show up if they do. Axe ready to go because I feel like bolter fire is not going to go over well.
Yeah. I remember I was working very hard to make sure that the drugs did not, or that the poison did not uh that we didn't lose a whole bunch of it.
Oh, the fucking the piss poison.
Yep.
No,
Well,
no, no, no,
no,
no, no.
no, no, no. This
We
is
got
the
flower
cyanide.
poison.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
the
cyanide.
cyanide. Yeah.
I
Okay.
vote we just leave the pit of despair there and not even worry about like, should we clean this up, conserve nature? No, not touching that.
It's poison their bodies to me, too.
Hey, look, if you fuck it up, we got the rancid pile.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Packard was keeping an eye on the approaching vehicle. And indeed, after about 20-30 minutes, pokes his head over again. They're definitely getting closer. They're gonna come past the northeastern side of the mesa.
Keep an eye out. If they seem to get too close, then we deal with them quietly. Take down whatever is necessary to make us look as inconspicuous as possible. And for that, she is who? Let's see. What NPCs were left at camp? Looks like
Risa, Christoph, Packard and Feely
Okay.
and Agrotron.
Yeah, she's going to look to Agril and Feely, say, those tents that were over by the by this little cavern entrance, take them down.
You got it.
Really getting to the dwarf thing today, huh?
Hey, not as good as the other day.
Yeah, Feely and Risa dash over to start dismantling the tents.
I will get on assisting with that. I won't go like full ham and just chop the like attachments to make it super speedy because that's just a dick move.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, I'll be a normie squat to help you out.
What is a normie squat?
You don't want to know.
Fair.
Real answer: a statue. Anyway.
Word.
Right. Yeah, you hurriedly take down the tent. Long hours of training kicking in, and you are able to pack them away, bundling them in the crevice you guys have made your home.
Is my little, like, cooking thing making a lot of smoke or anything like that?
There is a thin wisp of steam rising up.
Steam dissipates long, like, it stops being noticeable before it gets that high up. So I'm not too concerned by that.
Alright.
Also, if we're being honest, has there ever really been a time where forgetting that things cause steam has fucked us over in the past?
Not really, no.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Just stick Agrotrum
Someday.
over it, and then he'll just breathe it in. He'll just breathe it in.
I mean, what do I know? I'm not there. I'm in the Torox.
Yeah.
Don't mind me judging you harshly through the warp. Sending
Tense
judgmental
minutes.
vibes your way.
Tense minutes pass as you sit in your shady little hideaway. You can all hear an engine getting steadily louder. Sounds like a car or a jeep of some kind. Gets steadily louder, drawing closer. Then you hear it slow and come to a stop.
They don't know it yet, but they're making a grave mistake.
Well, all of you, I will leave you to show them what a grave mistake they've made. Quietly. Secure their vehicle as best you can.
Thumbs up. Agrotrum's gonna like pull out his axe and he'll like talk at it. You hear them? Quietly, Grimball. No howling. No howling. He like literally is like staring at it with like a genuine like, don't you fuck this up, dog? Kind of look in his eyes.
So, in the northeast, you should see a vehicle.
Yep.
That's pretty far out.
You're just going to quietly say over actually no, I'm not. I trust Packard not to be smart enough to not take a shot unless it's absolutely necessary.
Alright. So, what do you guys do? So far, you guys haven't seen Squat, and Packard isn't using his Fox.
I can't, but I can see Squat. Ackrol's right there.
Fair,
Yeah,
you
he's
can
just
see
small.
Hey Squat.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you guys wait in your shaded crevasse between the towering rock mesas, the engine has stopped.
Yup. Just keeping quiet.
Microtrum's gonna go stand over here and basically just like have an axe like ready to go if anyone walks by.
I will try to put up a little bit of like tarp or netting to try and catch some of the steam. I'm gonna do that as quietly and carefully as I can. And my visor is down so I don't catch a face full of deadly fumes.
Fair.
That would
Give
be
me a
really
survival roll.
Okay. Not amazing at that, but here's hoping. Oh, before I do that, one sec. What is my objective? Number 4. Fill your lungs with the bolstering hymn in time of stress.
Well, that's one way to do it, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Alright, rolling survival, or at least I told it to.
Are you stressed, Kanuta?
Am I stressed? Yes.
Do you feel the need to start singing?
Do I feel the need to start singing praises to our Lord?
The glorious Golden God Emperor.
Dice, you wanna do the thing?
No.
Give it another click to see if it
Let me
cooperates.
pull the page up again. Nope. Let me refresh the page.
API, have you cacked yourself again?
You're not supposed to cack yourself on camera.
There we go. I restarted the sandbox. Maybe that'll fix it.
Mmm.
There we go.
Mmm.
I don't reckon I could also roll stealth to like make sure I'm not insta spotted from where I spot am, can I?
Go ahead.
So the way using Wrath to re-roll works, technically we're supposed to be able to re-roll whatever dice we want, right?
Wrath only affects dice that have not rolled a success or a critical failure.
That's how it is on the API, but does it say that in the rules?
It's written, yeah.
Okay. All right.
It says you can re-roll failed dice or dice with no successes, except the Wrath dice if it gets one.
Okay. Understood.
No worries.
All the worries.
But
If you lead them over here with your coughing, they're not gonna see the tiny man who's gonna destroy them.
yeah, you do your best to try and pull something over to try and catch some of the wisps of steam. And try as you might, it just twists around whatever obstruction you place, pooling for a moment before slipping out through gaps.
Mm.
Yikes.
As the two of you work, things occur beyond. After a little while, Packard crawls his way over, poking his head over. They stood around talking for a while, looking through a magnocular. Come this way.
Right, do not take a shot unless it is absolutely necessary to save one of our lives.
Around which side are they walking?
They're coming from northeast. I don't know which side they'll take.
Just nod.
Packard
This is fine.
crawls back out of sight, making his way back to his nest.
If you could pretend to be campers. That's the
Listen,
thing people
we're
do
ju-
on this planet, right?
listen, we're just a poor commune out on a team building exercise.
Yeah.
The word
Making
commune was in-
cyanide.
Look,
I
I
don't
don't
know that.
I think the word commune makes any Imperial think of the Tau, and then they just get mad.
Well, that's unfortunate for them.
As
Really, it's unfortunate for us, and then we die.
as Packard creeps away, Christoph pokes his head around the corner. What are we gonna do?
We will let them come to us. If they walk into our little sanctuary, we take their heads off. Nice, quiet. Stab,
What?
slice, chop. Pray to the Emperor. They have no good radio communications.
Yeah, but won't their bosses notice they're gone?
It is a chance we shall have to take, unfortunately.
I do not feel like getting into the rigmarole of knocking the men out, putting them back in their cars, and driving 10 miles away. I feel like they'll remember what happened at the end of the day.
As we can make it, if necessary, we can make it look as though the animals got a hold of them.
Do we even know for sure they know we're here?
We don't. Which is why keep down and keep a lookout.
He gives a small nod and creeps into the corner here, peering back down the south side of your little hideaway.
And remember, no shooting. Bayonets.
The three troopers nod and draw their bayonets, fitting them to the ends of their rifles. Feely swallows heavily as he does so.
Oh, our baby.
Is that the sound of someone who needs CQC training? If I were your superior, I'd say report to me soon, but I'm but a squat. I'm not allowed officer positions among humans.
I misheard that as CPR.
Might also be useful.
Yeah, but I was thinking about. Never mind.
Sounds pretty gay to me.
You all crouch in the cool shade. The silence stretching on. You can just make out footsteps on the gravelly dirt. And you can hear distant voices. They seem to be discussing something. They seem jovial. You hear a tink of metal against stone. Then another scrabble of rocks falling. And then you hear more voices. Yeah, I'm up. Nah, it's not too hard. Come on. I'll give you a hand. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm going to motion. Let's see. Who is the one that's right here?
That's Christoph.
I'm gonna motion to Christoph to move forward. Hopefully he'll know to take the stairs up and try to creep up on him. I'm gonna motion to Risa and Agril to go around.
Like, just as a quick question like this.
Yeah, go hit him. Yeah,
Okay, so
basically ambush them. We're not hiding. Like,
And where are you going?
I'm staying here. I gotta make sure that we don't lose this cyanide.
Yeah.
I will actually wait for a moment and then point to Feely and
Didn't you say
motion.
you've got a buffer of about 30 minutes on fucking up the cyanide?
I was fairly certain it was not that much time.
No, it was about 30 minutes.
About 30 minutes? Okay, then yeah, I'll move with Kristoff and I'll motion for Feely to follow me.
I turn the corner and I get there.
Alright. Yeah, Feely follows behind you. You round the corner, past the Vox and the small generator, currently inactive. Kristoff begins creeping up the steps. He gets to about halfway, peering over the lip of the mesa, and as he looks to the northeast, he instantly ducks down, holding a finger up to his lips, and points in this direction, and
Okay.
then gestures at his eyes.
Yep. Noalio will just nod and wait. How tall is the wall here?
About 10, 12 feet.
Okay, not super tall.
No.
Okay. How climbable does it look?
It's... There are a lot of outcrops and fissures that could serve as hand and footholds. It doesn't look like the sturdiest rock. It might crumble in some areas.
If I may, Noalia's strength and power armor should just be able to fucking make handholds for herself, I feel.
I
If
think
she
it's
wants to give it a shot, she certainly can.
yeah. I think it's more of a question of would the handholds then crumble underneath me.
If you
It'd
punch a
also be
hole
loud
deep
as fuck,
enough.
though. It's all cool, but there's also like the crunching of rocks.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not here. I'm just the impulsive voice in your head.
Yeah, I
No,
am.
also voice in my head tells me to buy illicit drugs.
Maybe not that implicit or not that impulsive voice.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right here,
Alright.
and I'm gonna turn to Kristoff and just nod, and I'm gonna make motions basically. I'm gonna pantomime climbing motions, and I'm gonna point at him and make like a countdown. But I'm trying to convey to him that on his signal I will go.
Yeah, I would say that you were leading an Astra Militarum unit for a while. You learnt their hand signals.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you a firm nod and slowly raises his head, peeking over, and then ducks down again, shakes his head.
Sorry.
Yep. Noalio will wait.
Meanwhile, Agrotrom, you sneak around, followed closely by Risa. She has a bit of a manic grin and is hefting her rifle like a spear.
Now, Agrotrom respects this, and when he sees this, he'll give a big fucking toothy grin, and he'll just kind of like hold up the axe for like a very light clink. Just be like, eh?
Risa is
Back.
going to treat this rifle like the one modification of Total War Shogun 2 that lets you fix bayonets, but your guys treat it as spears and will sometimes yeet their rifles into the enemy.
Got him.
Yeah, as you round the corner of the Mesa Agrotrom, you can see in the distance a jeep. There appears to be a heavy stubber affixed to the top, and a trooper lounging in the back seat. A thin wisp of smoke rises from his seat.
I'm trying to remember how. Okay, I know we said that an explosion can be heard, like a mine going off, can be heard from about 150 meters or 150 miles, right?
Yeah.
A gunshot.
I have a
From
bolter,
monster ahead of you.
so
A gunshot can be heard about a mile away for a handgun.
For a handgun,
Or
yeah. For like
a rifle.
probably not too much more. I'd say
All I'm saying
like
is
5 miles.
probably snipe that guy.
Yeah, I'm just more worried about like the far bases hearing something, and nah, this far out they ain't gonna hear gunshots.
eh, it depends on who's firing the gun. In my case, I'm pretty sure a bolter goes out further than 5 meters.
Well,
Even
5 meters.
then,
Well, not
Or
further than
five
like
miles. I meant 5 miles.
even then it's not gonna go out 150 miles. And
I'm
we are
specifically situated
Yeah.
as far enough away that we could probably shoot someone here and not have a problem.
yeah.
The sound of a firing artillery battery can be heard from a distance of about 10 to 15 kilometers. A gun can single shot from a rifle can be heard from about 6 kilometers. A mortar from about 3 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So about 2 miles for a rifle, give or take.
so quick question: from the distance, is it possible to tell where this guy is looking? Like to see?
Give me an awareness roll.
Okay.
See how sharp your eyes are. What can your dwarf eyes see, Agrotron? Not a lot, apparently.
I mean, he's
It's a
probably
vague
sees me fine,
humanoid
but he
shape.
pops his eyes out.
It's a vague humanoid shape slumped in the back of the chair. You can see their feet up on one of the seats, but it's hard to tell which direction they're looking.
Agrotron will turn to Risa. Let's just say, I need you to do me something, okay? He'll jerk a thumb in the direction of that guy and say, I don't think that guy's looking at us, Risa. I want you to cut his neck or stab him in the gut. I don't care. Kill him. I'm good to go to where the most men are, and I don't want to get hit in the back with a heavy stabber. Is this agreeable?
Gives you a nod and starts detaching her bayonet and slings her rifle over her shoulder. You got it.
Wonderful. Don't get too caught up in it, or you'll get the red. Fuck. I don't know what it's called. You'll be like a vampire. And he's gonna start doing his own bit.
That sounds like heresy.
He's gonna say red hunger, but I forgot the word.
It is the hunt for Red October.
That's a very different thing.
It is a very different thing.
I don't know if that's applicable.
Look, it's red. That's all I need.
Yeah, but where does stabbing a guy in the gut
Okay,
or
Orc.
neck come into this?
Well, Agrotron, if it makes you feel any better, I just googled the Red Hunger just for funsies, and the first thing that came up was an Inuyasha fanfiction.
Okay, wow, interesting. I've never seen that show, but I'm aware of its existence.
You know what? That's fair. It existed.
Any
I guess it still exists.
anytime I hear fan fiction and the Red Hunger used in the same sentence, it does not bring up good images.
Regardless,
Yeah, right. Anyway.
as you move further around, you catch sight of a pair of boots scrabbling over the top of the mesa. You can all hear voices. Hey, you're right. Here's a better view up here. Give me the magnocular. Yeah, let's go climb up on that little spar there. We'll get a better view. You can hear footsteps. Bit more scrabbling. Christoph nods to you, Canuda.
Okay. Then I will begin. I'm going to try to quietly climb.
Alright, give me an athletics roll.
You know what we need to do?
Save some of those animals for future purposes.
Meat, yes. Living, no.
Let's see.
We need to fit the trucks with a horn that has a musical pattern. Like the taco truck horns with the
Oh, make it a musical tune that Agrotrom sings.
Oh
I
boy.
think I'm gonna take that too. I want to save my wrath for if we get to the real ambush in this session.
You begin to climb Nualia, and you get about 5-6 feet up before you put your foot on what you think is a solid foothold, and it crumbles away. You slide suddenly down the side of the mesa, the sound of rocks and tumbling gravel clinking off each other, ringing out.
Well,
Christopher ducks back down. What was that? Oh, you hear something? I swear. Wait, is that fucking planks over there? You hear more footsteps, the sound of two bodies jumping down from a height to a lower platform, and then more footsteps.
okay. While they're moving, I want to try and climb quietly one more time, but not go over the edge of the cliff. I want to wait to be able to pull a fucker off.
Pull an Assassin's
Doink.
Creed on him. Let's go.
Alright. Following your lead, Christoph is gonna back down the steps and head over to there so he's out of sight.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'll need to be probably like right there to try and catch one of them.
Agrotrom, what are you doing?
I'm gonna turn this corner.
Yeah, you can see in this rock face, about here, several pitons and a rope are strung.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start getting a hold of those and start climbing. These guys are gonna eat some get them some back axe.
Go ahead and give me an athletics roll then.
Any bonus for pittance?
Reduces the DN.
Okay. Sick.
Oh yeah, it's not an issue. They've actually secured it surprisingly well, and you're able to haul yourself up quickly.
He'll muse to himself that he's surprised such incompetent defiers can do this much. He'd be like,
Daravel, I think you're talking about Fury, I think it's called.
Fit a Sherman tank with loudspeakers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Fury. It follows a tank company of Shermans and how they get absolutely wrecked by the Germans. Good times. Oh, fair enough. But yeah, Agrotrom, you are able to climb up, and you can just see two men walking away from you towards the eastern lip of the mesa.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and sneak up on him. I want to get right up to the back of a guy and just basically sever his spinal cord.
Alright then, go ahead and I'll say we'll take this into initiative order now.
Okay.
Just so that we can keep track of how far everyone moves and what they're doing.
Okay.
So top of the round is always players. So who wants to take an action? Probably Agrotron, since Noira is waiting.
Do they not get a surprise round?
Well, I mean,
Well, they would if they were attacking, but they've got to get into position, and they want to do it before these guys blow their cover.
This is fair.
So this is a race against circumstance more than anything.
I'll triple move so I can get like there behind him.
At a full sprint, that will not be particularly stealthy.
I was true, but it's the only way to get up behind him in a reasonable time.
You can double move and stealth. They are both walking quite calmly.
And you don't have to have a reasonable time either.
Yeah. So I'd only have to move back about that much then. Because I only have 5
meters.
About 6 meters, so what? One more would do
triple move is 18, double move is 12.
That's for people with like 6. I have 5, so I'm slightly slower.
Okay, then 5 meters.
Yeah, it's actually really annoying when it's when these things are set up in 2s and I have a 5-foot movement.
Yeah, apologies for that.
I mean, it's not your fault.
But yeah, they just make their way a little further forward. 2 of them glancing around. Looks like someone's been building some kind of camp out here. Who you reckon it is? Refugees. Wonder if they've got anything good.
Well, that sounds like our cover for the rest of this campaign.
Yeah. That
Don't hate that.
I need someone to compose
Fine.
a theme that's similar to Jaws, but it's
but it's just Agril going da-nan.
Randa. Randa.
It's gotta be different enough that we don't have to deal with any issues. But yes,
Imagine like copyright striking some random dude in Florida pretending to be a Cossack dwarf, like mimicking the Jaws theme.
I mean, if you were doing anything Nintendo related, it wouldn't be surprising.
Good
Well,
point.
yeah. What are you doing?
Waiting. If if one gets close enough, I don't have to see their boots. If I'm gonna try and gauge their distance from me by sound, and if they get close enough that I can like scrabble over the top and throw one off, then that works.
Give me an awareness roll.
Boy, it is being slow today. There we go. 4.
Alright. Yeah. Your suit enhances certain senses, and you can clearly make out their footsteps approaching. Feely and Christoph crouch down beside you, Feely shaking a little, beginning to sweat. He wipes his forehead against the back of his hand. Christoph is grimacing, but holding his rifle like a spear.
I'm just gonna take a quick look down and do the like hold the just like my hand out, just like a hold on thing or gesture, and then I'm just gonna look at Feely, give him a thumbs up.
He gives you a very small nod and swallows.
Oh, yeah. Then yeah, Nolio will go back to paying attention.
Alright. Top of the round, Agrotron.
All right. You can double move and attack, right?
Yeah. It takes 2 simple actions, so you cannot, for example, draw a weapon and double move, but if
Okay.
you expend both those simple actions, then yeah.
I get right behind this guy, and Agrotron will just very, very quietly say, "Privyet, Pokyonik," and he's going to try and chop this man's head off where he stands. Oh, I have a silenced auto pistol. That would have come in handy earlier if I remember.
That's not how silence works.
Yeah.
It's
Just
under...
because it says the word silent does not mean
I know.
there
I'm
is
just
no
saying
silence.
it would help.
He wouldn't have to be right up on top of him.
This
Yeah,
is
but
it could have took this guy out.
While
without much
fair,
concern.
I'm thoroughly entertained with where this has gone, and I'm glad
Yeah.
you're going.
No, I like it. I definitely did not Google how to say "greetings, dead man" in Russian and then say that.
I mean, hey, that's fine.
I was wondering what it was you had said.
Anyway, this
Yeah,
man,
go ahead and give me an attack.
any bonus for stealth?
Yeah, go on. I believe it's a +2 dice for attacking from stealth.
Nice. Very nice.
That should suffice now.
4 definitely hits.
No, they have
This guy
5
is
defense.
completely unawares and is just walking nonchalantly. It's not a difficult thing to hit him.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage.
No problemo.
And you can shift to 6 as well.
Oh, let me put one more dice then. 1d6 greater than 4. Nah. So just 10 damage.
Any
10
AP?
is more than enough to kill him.
Ah.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Agrotron gets behind him, says his little bit. Gets him in the back of the knees so he drops closer to his level and just one quick slice. And his head flies off his fucking shoulders. Perhaps even slides forward over the edge onto one of the fellow soldiers' faces.
Yeah, you hack him down. The head flies off with a gout of blood. The man beside him is sprayed with gore and leaps away from you. What the fuck is...
Privyet. Greetings.
And, I suppose that's my cue to get the fuck over that cliff, huh?
Sucks we don't have any glory.
I know.
Yeah, he is going to... Well, he was carrying a magnocular, so he's gonna reach for his pistol. Using his full movement, he can get to here.
Does my held action go off? Is held?
That you were holding an action?
I
but
did.
will allow it.
Yes, I did. I
You-
did. I specifically said I am waiting on this side of the cliff to pull one over when they get close enough.
Hugh's a stickler about I'm holding an action if you're planning on holding an action.
That
Because
is
I don't know
crazy.
when it's just like a hypothetical or a I am doing a thing.
I mean, technically every held action is a hypothetical, but I get the point. I get the point because I'm also a very big stickler for in D&D if a barbarian is raging, you can't just say you're mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a mechanical thing, then it helps to hear the mechanical phrase.
That is fair. Then yeah,
But
if
no,
you
I will
will
allow it.
Okay.
Since you've been waiting for 2 rounds now to do this, I will say yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I scramble over the side and
Give me an athletics roll.
Yep.
You're just recreating like an alien thing.
Yeah,
7 successes.
Yeah, you've had enough. You just ram your fists wholesale into the side of this cliff and haul yourself bodily up the wall.
Please, do I just... I don't just lift myself bodily. I, like, vault full body over the thing and, like,
Oh yeah,
land
just
on the
pull
ground.
yourself up from up to a standing start. No recovery involved.
One of
Definitely
those
go
horror
for it.
movie moments when someone's like climbing up the side of a vertical whatever to come get you on spider legs, and you realize
Yes.
oh, they're not even totally connected by the gimbal to the wall. One of those moments.
And yeah, I'm gonna say the power sword was not ready, so I'm gonna chain bayonet.
They're gonna throw this guy down into the soldiers and just.
It's
basically
true. That technically what that is fair. That was the actual held action. So yeah, I'm throwing him over the side.
I would say that's an opposed strength roll for a grapple.
Okay. I'm gonna re-roll. I'm gonna re-roll that.
The dice gods say no.
So,
And bottom
he
lip
rolled a 1.
Yeah.
So, Nualia, you throw yourself up the wall, thudding to the ground at the top of the mesa. He turns in shock and horror, eyes wide, as you appear behind him. You reach out, grab him by the shoulder, and just yank him over the cliff. He
Does she
begins to
disappear with
fall,
him?
eyes wide, and lashes out, wrapping both arms around your hand and pulling you with him.
I'm so glad I played out
You
like
weren't
that.
expecting
So
this.
good.
So sure in your power move, you lose your balance and tip over the edge with him.
That's
Agrotron,
okay.
you watch as Nualia flies up, grabs this man, throws him over the edge, and then keels over backwards like a statue.
I will fucking fall on this man in full power armor. This is okay.
Pull a Zangief on him.
I'm gonna roll for Christoph and Feely to see if they notice and get the fuck out the way.
You know, with how
So
anxious
first
they are.
Christoph, second Feely.
Ooh.
What Christoph does,
You're gonna crush Feely.
I'll give Christoph a yeah. So
Okay.
Christoph sees you coming and tackles Feely to the ground, pushing him out the way.
God damn it! I just
Feely,
did a spit take.
entirely surprised by this action, goes down like a sack of potatoes.
I just did a spit take with tea. Damn it!
Oof.
It wasn't a lot, thankfully.
Okay, let's see. That's 12 feet falling flat on your back onto stone. That's going to be pretty painful. Go ahead and give me a D3, Nualia.
Okay.
But does she crush this man?
3.
All right. Give me another D3.
3.
Ouch!
All right.
Give me another D3.
Nualia, you plummet through the air, face to face with this man as he falls backwards. You see his mouth widening to scream, but he doesn't have time as he hits the ground. You have time to see his head snap backwards, cracking against the floor, and his eyes go blank before you slam bodily into him. You both take 3 mortal wounds. That kills him.
Oh! Ow! Ow!
You fucking got him.
Ooh.
It's a good thing we got a ton of medkits.
It's like, there's the thing, mortal wounds is just, that's still just like a point of health. It's just that you can't block it with anything except shields, right? Okay, yeah. So no, I don't even need medkits. I can rest this off.
Yep.
As you are recovering from this display, Agrotron, you hear a distant war cry and a sudden, what the?
Agrotrump's like actually laughing over the top of this. Oh, Wonderful!
Glorious bastards.
Dead men everywhere, and they never saw it coming. Oh, I'll make a song of this one. I will. And he's gonna just go to start heading over here to climb down. He's whistling.
Packard sidles out of his hide, slinging his rifle on his shoulder, comes over to peer over the edge of the mesa with Agrotrom to see Nualia in the wreckage of what was once a man, since she has face planted through his chest cavity.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's gonna take some scrubbing to get the brain matter out of your power armor.
He's
Feely and Kristoff both sitting on the ground staring at the mess. Kristoff quite thoroughly splashed.
Sister,
Nualia
do
is
not
going.
chew. Do not chew.
My visor was down. It's fine. She is, as she gets up, she is gonna move so that she's like blocking most of the sight from Feely at least.
Yeah, a few bits of indeterminate pink fleshy mass drip down your armor, but
Yeah.
aside from a mild concussion, you're generally unhurt.
Nualia is just going to say to Feely, Feely, pay attention, alright? Go to what I was cooking, stir it, keep your face far away from the fumes, lean as far back as possible. I'll be there in just a minute.
Oh,
He gives you a bit of a weak nod and slowly picks himself up. Takes him an effort of will to tear his gaze away from the splattered man.
Yeah.
yeah, Agrotrom's gonna say, because he remembers. Oh, recommendation: if they have radios, break them.
Indeed. We
And he's
do.
gonna fetch the guy here.
We need to do absolutely everything we can to make this look like animals.
Okay.
Hey, there are some big fucking animals out there. If we leave these bodies, like, by the lake, we can say one of the giant fuckers did this.
Yeah. It's weird. In your case, I can see it, but this this fucking guy's pretty fucking clean. This is a fucking calculated bit, and I'm scared of mutilating people. Otherwise, Corin's gonna be like, "Hey, bud, how you doing?"
Yeah. There's always that fear
I don't
that,
know,
like,
I don't
if you're
think
really
Korn
good...
really cares if you mutilate them when they're already dead. I think he's more about the in-the-moment thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really well. I say this. I'm really glad I swore an oath against him. Although I'm 100% positive he's like, "What's up? You got something?"
Then again, it is just a little bit hard to get all of the blood for the blood god if you don't do a bit of mutilation. So, you know, he might care a little bit.
True.
I mean, I'm more worried about the skulls for the skull throne.
This is fair.
I'm
We have at least 4.
I'm angry to inform that I have very thoroughly given him a quite clean and intact skull. Very. I hope his engineers look at it and marvel. at its
Remind me on the break to tell you about corporate chaos.
Don't servo skulls only get made out of like people that were like down with things? Like you don't make them out of people that were like shitty or
Yeah,
not,
you don't
like it's an honor, right?
Yeah.
You make servitors out of shitty people. Servo skulls is a little different.
Yeah.
Yes, becoming a service skull is a bit of an honor, really.
Yeah, you have to be an upstanding person of the Empire to become a servo skull.
Because, you know, everyone has a skull. Not everyone has a reputation.
Yeah.
Wait, everyone has a skull?
Shockingly, yes. Believe it or not.
Some of them
Nice.
are very thick, but you know they're there.
But yeah, what are you two doing as in the
I'm
aftermath of
Yeah, I'm
this?
gonna just real quickly search the body, mostly looking for the radio, if he's got one.
He has no radio. He
Excellent.
has an auto pistol, a magnocular scope, a couple of ration packs, a packet of low sticks,
Good ration
and
packs.
a rifle. That is it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely taking all of that stuff off. Going to pass the how many last packs was that?
He didn't have any.
Oh, didn't have any. Okay. Was it an auto rifle?
Yep. All of his
Ah.
weapons are auto weapons.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna look at hold on, I'm trying to find our Taurox. There it is. Let's see.
We have the Tarox.
That's true.
Yep, we drove
Yeah,
off with it.
I'm going to look. I'm gonna look to Kristoff and pass him the. I'm gonna pass him. Let's see. The auto pistol, the ration packs, and the auto pistol ammo.
Alright.
Let's see, and just tell him put all of that in our supplies, and
You know what's pretty chill?
I will add 3 ration packs to our supplies. What's up?
We're slowly just starting our own, what's that called when you've just got a collection of cars now?
Armory.
No.
Yeah. What are
no,
we talking
my
about?
brain's only giving me the word
Garage.
motorcade, and that's not correct.
Well, motorcade is correct.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well, that's
motorcade
fine.
is a pool of vehicles for use.
Okay, then yes, that.
Yep.
What is it when they're not going to be used?
A collection, I assume. Because then it's or a curation, perhaps, if they're of some kind of aesthetic or cultural value.
How many packs of autogun ammo was that?
I'd say he has 2 magazines.
All right, 2 autogun magazines. Okay. So yeah, I just went ahead and added those to the Taurox supplies, even though the Taurox is not with us just yet.
Well,
I know
most
we've...
of the Torax's supplies are stored with you guys. That's why you made a camp.
Yeah. And then I'm going to take I'm going to just pick up the body, and I'm going to go out the southern portion. Actually, no, I'm going to call out, bring that vehicle over here. I know where we're going to dump the bodies. But we are keeping that Jeep.
If there's a radio in it, I'll smash it up, please.
Yes, do that.
Alright, I've just given you 2 handouts, camp inventory and Torox inventory.
Actually, Noelia says, no, belay that. Do not break the radio. We might be able to listen in on communications that way.
Just so you're aware, everything is just at the tent.
Yeah.
Like at the camp. We didn't bring anything with us in the Tarox.
Yeah. I just kept... I'm keeping the inventory at the moment just on the Taurox, but if somebody else wants to do the camp inventory, then feel free.
Oh, I mean, we can just highlight stuff. like I've got that Excel sheet.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think you all have editing access. Feel free to just highlight like in one color if it's in the Torox and in the other color if it's in the camp.
Let's see. Did we put it in pinned messages?
But I can repost the link.
Yeah, if you'll repost that and I'll pin it.
Yeah, Risa brings the small jeep around. A body flopping in the back seat. It appears to have been stabbed multiple times around the collar.
Good work.
She drags the body through to the camp where you've got the current one. Just drops it down. Thanks, Chief. She wipes a bayonet clean on the corpse's uniform.
Alright, so strip the bodies of anything useful, leave their uniforms on them, and leave their rifles. But other than that, Agril, mutilate them, make it look like animals. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to pull out the local, not flora, local fauna. It was the Habho. Let's see. Does the local fauna thing have a picture of the Habho?
Unfortunately, well, I would say there's an artist's rendition.
Yeah. Okay.
As the all of these books, I'm going to say for the sake of world building, are written by the monks of the planet of St. Cardaius Rest, and are done in that traditional kind of medieval monk style of handwritten and hand sketched art.
Okay. Yeah. Noalia will show the picture of the Habho. It's got plenty of talons and claws, as well as chitinous spines, a number of very dangerous, sharp objects all along its body. Make it look like this got to them.
He's staring at it for a second, pulling at his beard a little bit. I'll give it to my best shot.
As best you can. I do not expect art.
Now that sounds like a challenge to me.
Give me art. Give me art, Agril. Now I need to go and check on Feely to make sure that he and Kristoff are not choking themselves on cyanide.
He just claps his hand and he's gonna get to work. What would you call mimicking?
I'd say survival.
I'm not horrible at that. I mean, decent roll, bad complication.
I mean, you don't really have any frame of reference for what a Habho attack looks like, and you've not really come across creatures that are 10 meters long in your travels of the galaxy before. So you do your best. You give it your best impression based on what you think it should look like. Good hack here and there. Tear out the liver there, make it look like something that had a bit of a nibble. You think it looks good enough, you're not sure.
Pulls his beard. It's not my best work, but it will suffice.
Out of curiosity, where are you doing this?
Probably like here. By the Jeep.
Down at the edge of the plateau. Alright, yeah.
Yeah.
There is a very sizable pool of blood in this area after your ministrations.
He doesn't even really think about it. Once he knows, he's like, "Oh, drink well, good soil. May the blood fertilize whatever plants is in you, if any." Kind of like he doesn't know what to do now. He's like, he's just gonna start loading the guys in the fucking back of the Jeep. Ah! He gets fucking exploded on. Completely covered. Ah!
There we go.
It's just in local dwarf bukakied by blood.
Me loading the bodies in
I-
the back of the Jeep.
wow.
buddy.
That's
That
a
was-
fucking headline.
That was a sentence. Yeah. Damn. It took me a second.
Yeah, you were loading the bodies in the back of the Jeep then, Agrotron.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, not a difficult task. The back of the Jeep ends up pretty stained with blood as well. There is a heavy bolter mounted onto the roll bar, and a small box unit, about the size of a belt box, sitting under the passenger side seat.
Could I like turn it on and have it just receive but not send?
Yeah, I'd say you could manage that. Give me a tech roll.
Sure. Oh yeah. You know, squats are supposed to be good at this, but I am not.
You're not entirely sure how this box unit works. It's not built the same as the Imperial ones you're used to. Some kind of local manufacturer.
He's half tempted to punch him, but he's just like, eh, whatever. And it just vox over to Noelia. Say, the bodies have been duly mutilated and stored in the back of the Jeep.
Alright, that's fine. That will do for now.
He
We'll,
like, he
we'll,
like coughs real quick. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, we'll drive over to the lake in a little bit and deposit them there.
Be quick! They're starting to stench up. I think the one that you dropped soiled himself on the way down.
Well, just hold your nose.
I have to get my whole fist with that. Have you seen how big it is?
So the only large body of water in the area would be the inland sea, which is a good couple of 100 kilometers away.
Yep.
So you have noticed there are several fissures in the landscape, quite distant and few and far between, but on several of the aerial photos of the AO, there were several pictured.
Yeah. That's fair. But I really had this plan. Nah. Yep. That'll be good to keep in mind.
Just drop in the middle of a fucking desert.
Body pit.
Yeah, about 255 kilometers. About... You're going off-road, and the land gets swampy on that side of the highway. About 3.5 to 4 hours to get there, then another 3.5 to 4 to get back.
Okay. We might just barely have that time before we need to ambush the convoy, right? Because yeah.
I believe you have just enough. I think you've got about... Well, now you've got closer to 10 hours or so.
Don't burn the cyanide.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna... Let's see. Alright, I'll go up to Feely and Kristoff. And I'll say, "All right, Feely, thank you. You can back away from it."
He gives you a nod and steps back. It
Hmm.
smells like almonds. Is it supposed to do that?
It is. Don't breathe much more of it. It is indeed supposed to smell like almonds.
They give us that almond scented freshener in the Cardaius grooming kit.
Do they? Is that a thing?
Yeah, everyone gets one.
Ah,
Gotta be clean shaven. It's in the regs.
that is true. Well, as I said, this is not air freshener. You really don't want to be breathing this in. But that is good to know. I wonder if they have something similar in the militias regimen. Oh well.
Feely shrugs.
Anyway, how are you holding up, Feely?
Well, it's been a bit of a rush, and the Sarge's promotion and all, but
Indeed, there has been a lot to happen, and I apologize that I was not able to get to everyone. But I wanted to check up on you especially. If you don't mind my saying so, you don't seem to be taking things too calmly.
he kind of grimaces and glances down at his boots. Drill sergeant always said I weren't cut out for this, that I'd be in the first wave of body bags sent home.
Well, at the very least, you can say that you've disproven your drill sergeant.
He gives a small nod, but glances at the blood stain on the floor where a man once lay.
Yeah, Nualia looks back at that and says, "War is never easy." And I would
Look sheepishly at the ground and
I would go so far as to say that it should not be easy. While we do have to recognize that we have to fight this, especially after what you all saw underneath Mount's Edge, we do still have to recognize that this is not something we should ever enjoy.
Cut to Agrotron whistling.
Yeah, and she could do around you, she will do a 180. But,
Yeah,
Yeah.
my brain just went to Flux's sabotage thing last while ago. I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah, no. She, I wouldn't say that she enjoys combat, but she sure as hell is not going to say no to the zeal of someone who does. But yeah, she's going to put one hand on Feely's shoulder and just say, "Do you wish to talk about it?" If not,
he starts to shake his head, then shrugs, then grumbles a little under his breath before taking one deep breath. I just wonder, like, maybe he had a family, kids, wife, all the things I want when I've served my service and get to go home. But it makes me freeze up.
that is understandable, and I'm not going to lie to you, Feely. odds are that every one of these people has a family somewhere. But there is a very real difference between all of us that I think would help to keep in mind. Is we are here to defend the Empire, to defend the Emperor, but also to defend the people of this planet. These people, these traitors, made the active choice to shoot their brothers and sisters. They decided to turn on their family, whereas we are working in defense of our families.
Really gives a small nod, then a firmer nod. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Betray my friends, you guys.
We couldn't betray you either, Phoebe. We are our own little family group, aren't we, here?
Gives you
We are.
an enthusiastic nod and a smile at that.
Definitely dysfunctional and eclectic, but I would say that we are close, all of us.
Christoph
you're
gives
going
a
soft.
loud bark of laughter that he quickly stifles as he loads auto pistol magazines.
Nawalia just very gently gives Kristoff a punch on the shoulder. More gentle than would ordinarily because power armor, but power armor probably makes it feel like a regular punch to the shoulder.
Yeah, you hear a small ow. Sorry.
But yes, that is what I think is the main difference between us and them is we did not choose to be in this conflict. We did not choose to go out and kill people. We did not choose to fire artillery on our brothers, sisters, family members, or someone else's family members. They put us in this position.
Who, the Emperor?
Say what?
Oh, no. I was, I was just saying, who, the Emperor?
Yes.
Yeah.
You as a player are not wrong.
Well, also me as a character is not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not.
You will get shot by Nualia swiftly.
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
Yes. But yeah, suggesting such heresy of the Emperor
Yeah,
is
yeah.
But
Clearly, it's
but yeah.
not our fault that we're here
mean,
to
on the
murder
other
people
hand,
for
though-
wanting an existence of their own.
On the other hand, though, you are exactly where the Emperor wills you to be.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that if I'm in the throne room and I've got a knife in the Emperor's neck, does that mean I am where he wants me to be?
Absolutely not.
Well,
Given he's
Many
a skeleton, I'm not
Inquisitors-
sure it'll do a whole lot.
Yeah, that's
well,
true.
many Inquisitors hold that is actually the key to humanity's survival. Kill the Emperor's mortal shell so that he can ascend to become a god. So, yes.
Oh, huh. Weird.
There
Quick,
For
quick,
him so much.
there
question
is
on
there
the
is Sir, go ahead.
has the Emperor ever nutted?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
he has actually taken mortal lovers before. That is canon.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
not aware of this.
Fairly certain
I'm
most
curious.
or all of those lovers are also dead because
Yeah,
power.
they tend to be
well.
powerful individuals, like the daughter of the gene scions of the moon, for example, who helped create the Space Marines in the first place. She long dead.
Well, yeah, I meant less of they died of age and more of they died of coitus.
Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Emperor fucks
That-
people down.
that-
They
Now.
died of 8-foot peen.
Oh,
Cause-
jeez.
Well, that
Cause-
would imply that the Emperor could not control his body effectively, and that would be heresy.
Yeah, I'm not.
Cause of death, that dick.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I'm not talking like in character, but yeah, in lore, I'm fairly certain that it is actually
Are
canon that
you implying our Lord the Heavenly Emperor cannot control his nut?
Wait a
yes,
minute.
yes, I
Are
am.
you sure that's not in character? Well, yeah, that sounds. I don't know.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure it does concern Sisters of Battle at least a little bit. Some of them.
I think Daravel has an excellent addition to this discussion.
Death by
Which is
snoo snoo.
ah.
My
Yep.
preferred method.
But yeah, there
If I
there
must
is
die, that is how I will go.
there is also the fact that in lore the Emperor is also a perpetual, so the Emperor ain't gotta be on that throne.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, that's a whole
There's
other clade of inquisitorial factionalism.
yeah, there is actually a reason the Emperor is just sitting on that throne instead of just letting himself die and then come back, because perpetuals cannot permanently die. But
Shame, shame
Gone
that.
would lead to the destruction of the Earth.
yeah, if he stepped off of that throne, a massive warp storm bigger than any other would swallow Terra immediately, and probably the entire solar system.
And most of the core worlds of the Imperium.
Yeah, it would basically create a new Eye of Terror. But
You win some, you lose some.
yeah, but
Exactly.
but yeah, if the Emperor ever did like actually die, he'd just come back. He is in canon a perpetual, as is the Primar.
Theoretically,
As is,
we're not entirely sure how the Golden Throne would change that, because theoretically speaking, the Emperor built it to harness the energy of a perpetual because they cannot die because it feeds on their life force.
yeah,
Which is why Malcador the Sigillite lasted about 40 seconds when he took the Emperor's place ever so briefly,
yeah.
before being reduced entirely to dust. And Malcador the Sigillite was the most powerful Psyker the Imperium has ever seen, bar the Emperor.
Yep. But isn't it? It's also theorized that Vulcan is a perpetual as well, Primarch Vulcan,
Well, yeah, there's another clade
because he's
of
come
the
up a lot.
that really wants to stuff Vulcan onto the Golden Throne.
Yes, they tried to do that. After Vulcan basically burned a fucking planet because they worshipped the Eldar, and then orcs tried to attack it, and he burned the fucking planet again. There was a faction of Inquisitors. There was a faction of Inquisitors that were just like, lead us.
I'm just gonna go ahead and point this out. Not point this out, but suggest that this would be wonderful. Agrotrom's actually a perpetual. It will outlive you all.
You never know. They're
I mean,
all
I'm
over
fine with
the
that,
place.
frankly.
But we will call our break there, and when we return, we will flick over to Flux and Riven.
Yeah.
Excellent, because I've been planning.
That's
Nicer
never a
and
good
Lanewell.
sign. I will be
I
right
don't know
back.
what you're talking about. Us planning about things since when?
I'm gonna go get a hamburger. I will be right back.
Good decision.
Are any
On
of
the
you?
subject of skulls earlier, my pirate 5e character has been amassing an ever-growing collection of skulls, including now their own.
Oh,
One of
interesting.
their own.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're a Warforged that was created
Oh,
by
yeah, all right.
some mysterious motherfucker that basically decided, you know what, I'm tired of having to wait for musicians to come to play music for me. I'm just going to steal their souls and stuff them into an automata that can play my favorite music whenever I want.
It'd be easier to get like
I
a
think
record player.
my
That
warlock
would be
character
pretty
in the
easy.
same game made the Hughes Automata actually eat the remainder of one of the magician's souls because I could see it. My dude sees ghosts.
We encountered one of them and a little corpse, and I was just like, oh, skull, brilliant, another to add to my collection, because I've got 2 human skulls, one of which is mine. I've got a fishman skull. I've got a strange horned skull that I'm pretty sure is a tiefling. I've got a giant fuck off demon from the like 7th circle of hell skull that we found in what was it, a Minotaur's lair.
Yeah.
It was on top of his throne of other various bones and skulls, and I was like, I want the big one, so I went and ripped it off.
Oh, this is a fun game.
I've got a hobgoblin skull that we discovered, and yeah, I'm just collecting skulls because why the fuck not?
Yeah,
What are
that's
you,
fair.
Alexis?
It's not a bad idea though, honestly.
I
I'm
hope
gonna.
to collect all of my own skulls and do something with them. I haven't decided what yet.
I really want you to find them too, so I can see if I can get those souls to get eaten by you too. And I really hope something happens and that they aren't just fucking fading in your presence.
Yeah,
'Cause that
because
would piss
currently
me
I'm a
off.
chaotic little asshole that doesn't understand anything and only knows that it should be valuable, so it just steals and robs.
Mm-hmm.
Quick
But
question.
yeah, discovering its old memories may change things. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how I would roleplay a character that has the memories of 3 individuals who led fairly weird and twisted lives and were then murdered by a mysterious giant, possibly, to make a fucking glorified record player.
I mean, sounds like you're doing a great job already.
It's an interesting character. I decided to challenge myself with my range, so I decided, fuck it. Instead of just doing like a character of another race or
Mhm.
an automata or a woman, which is outside my usual wheelhouse of white dudes of various descriptions, I decided, fuck it, I will do all of the above. So I am simultaneously a very refined black gentleman who was a what's the word? Fuck. Conductor, that's the one for an orchestra.
Mhm.
Um, a young woman who plays the violin and has a really depressing backstory because I feel like sad music would be her purview. And then a drunken Irish yob who gets into bar fights.
Wonderful.
Sounds like fun.
Because, I was playing with a bunch of chaotic assholes, so I figured I needed one character to justify the larceny.
Hey, yeah. I'm true neutral.
Mm.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Yeah,
I
says the 2 fucking slaves currently sitting in our hold.
hey, that is look. That's more of a Kyak thing, and I bought into his. Remember, I gotta buy into his bit, or else I'm gonna get slapped by him.
No, we're just leaning heavily into the idea of we're fucking pirates. We're not meant to be nice. We're here to plunder.
Every day, I get more and more sad that I wasn't able to join that game. Because it sounds
It's a
really
good
fun.
time.
It does sound like a lot of fun.
I had fun. I like that game a lot. I have one issue. I feel like every time I go back and play it, the voice I change the voice for the character because I don't remember what it was last time.
Fair.
Mm.
Like it started as he sounded vaguely Asian, which he actually is vaguely Asian.
That's a lot to unpack, but okay.
Yeah. I I guess.
It could mean a lot of
So I
things.
started sounding like that, and then I forgot how I did that voice. So he became slightly like non-Southern Gabriel Faust.
Hmm.
Kind of just slurring.
No, just like I bring my voice down low, and I
Mm.
talk really slow, and I try to like put a gravel on, but
Mhm.
it doesn't really pan out. And then sometimes it fluctuates between those two, between the same thing but with no gravel, and just it's not super good. I like the character, but I cannot figure his fucking voice out. I think I'll just flavor it as he has like 2 different Thursday nights, nothing.
School.
Hmm.
I think Hughes Thursday is open now because the Warhammer Fantasy game moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Currently, my Thursdays are open.
Same with me. Real quick question to anyone who has any idea about how Gaelic sounds. Do you know how to pronounce this name?
That sucks. I don't like it.
I feel like Ladan, but I'm not sure that's true.
Yeah, I think it's Ladan.
Okay, neat. I just need a frame of reference because I would have no idea how to. I would have put it in Google Translate, but I think that's like actually old Gaelic, so it would come out fucked up sounding.
Well, we don't even know what that even sounded like. It's all guesswork.
Yeah.
Reconstructed, from what I understand.
Yeah, Irish Gaelic sounds like this. So if we backtrack it following similar patterns to the development of Old English to British English, we can make certain assumptions, but there's no real way to say 100% for sure if it's right.
You know what's super fun? We're doing that with Egyptian as well, like Old Kingdom Egyptian and the other dialects. And it's legit just a game of, haha, why would we ever put the vowels that we were supposed to write in these words? You get consonants only. Take your best guess.
True. I now need to figure out how to lowercase
I am
the
back.
the letters that have the things on top because I don't know how to do that in docs and keep the
I have a thing that will be useful to you.
ooh that
Sarah, thank you, Hugh.
Yeah. One death and 3 severe injuries among the NPCs, and I believe 2 severe injuries among the players for Nualia and someone else.
Riven. I almost killed Riven.
Yes, there we go.
As of the entirety of this game, though, not today.
Good song, but not for what's going on in the game. Hey, thank
Be
you.
right back.
Yeah, you guys have been busy plotting against the enemy.
Well, I mean, someone has to, right?
True.
Like, what's the point of making fun NPCs if they can't be melted?
True.
I've been doing a lot of plotting of my own in the background.
Not surprising. Let's see. What do we even have? It's new in the Roll20 marketplace.
I have, so this is not at all anything to do with our game or with role playing or anything like that, but this is something that I really just like want to highlight and have it out there. Is the people in this group and most of the people who know me know that I do a lot of Twitter arguing.
Mm-hmm.
And encountered this this one person talking about trying to understand both sides of the trans debate, yada yada yada.
What debate?
Just yeah, this whole spiel, while out of the other corner of his mouth, like talking about predators and all sorts of other stuff. The usual
Oh,
thing
fun.
there.
Yep.
I at one point chimed in and reminded them the big thing that people have been talking about, especially in regards to the UK, is the Gender Recognition Act reform, and specifically the changes where they want to the usual process is you have to I think be living in your stated gender for 2 years.
Oh,
You have to
fuck.
have surgery. You have to have notes from doctors. Be on HRT for so long. This whole 9 yards to
Yeah.
change your birth certificates.
Yeah, they used to do that shit in America, too.
The GRA reform that has been talked about for I don't know how many years now, was going to take away a lot of that. Pretty much like a trans person, in order to get their birth certificate changed, would have to go before a judge, make a declaration, and the judge has to believe them. And as far as I understand it, that's the process. And
Yeah, that's
if you
pretty similar to what
lie,
we have in America.
if you lie, and you get caught in that, you face jail time.
What? Wait, what?
Basically, that is the compromise to stop people from abusing the system. Because
Sure.
there is this whole thing about predators would try to use this to gain access to women's spaces. Just like, no, they wouldn't. They ain't gonna draw attention to themselves by going in front of a judge and declaring themselves.
Yeah.
But there was during the course of this little, it was like 4 posts on Twitter, two of mine and 2 of the other person's, where I pointed out that this whole thing about the GRA and it allowing access to women's spaces to potential predators was a lie. Because number one, trans women already have access to women's spaces in the UK thanks to the Equality Act. And in every country that has the same type of system as what they're discussing, which has been shorthand called self-ID, or been referred to as self-ID, every country that has the equivalent of that has not seen any such uptick. And one person chimed in and said, I don't mean to sound stupid, but I wanted to ask you, what is the process like, and what does it entail? Before I had checked my Twitter, because I got to it like 4 hours after this person responded, or not even that long, like 2 hours after. But shortly after they responded, this one person jumped in with like 5 or 6 posts about how it gives predators access to women's facilities, and that any bearded man who doesn't wear women's clothing can just declare themselves a woman and just go where they will, and all of this other stupid nonsense.
I have news for people.
But
Women's bathrooms didn't used to exist.
yeah, but I responded both to that person and the original person with the question. The first person, obviously, I was just like, okay, everything you said was a lie and is pure fear-mongering. Here is how the process actually works, and it doesn't allow for any of the things that you have said. Why? Because all of those things are still illegal. Sexual harassment, rape, and voyeurism are still illegal. But, and then I responded to the original person, basically saying, like, here is the process. Unlike what the other person would have you believe, this is what it entails. Now, do you see how the lies get spread, and how now I have to spend longer pointing out the errors of this lie rather than just explaining the process? The original person with the question, about 2 hours after all of this, responded to the transphobe with a full post basically saying, thank you for responding to this. I really want to understand both sides and see the viewpoints. I'm very worried about, my trans child who's 21 years old. I see them facing a lot of abuse and harassment out in the workforce, and I just want to understand, both sides of this. It took apparently 6 more hours to get back to me, and read the responses that I put, and all I got was, thank you. Like, nothing further, no, like, indication of listening to any of it, just, thank you. It's just
You know
like,
what one of the morbidly funny slash horrible things
well,
is that comes out of this
well,
that I think
real,
is like one of the worst?
real quick, if I just want to finish up that thought, because
Totally fair. Sorry.
this is the thing that I want to highlight, is this is one of the reasons that so many people are genuinely sick of hearing about, I have genuine concerns and just want to ask questions. Because every time I just have questions comes up, somebody is ready to pounce in with a diatribe of fear, and they are the first and only thing that anybody listens to, whereas the people actually explaining how the fucking process works and pointing out, hey, you know, this is an issue, now I have to not only, like, explain the process, but also explain how this other person lied and yada yada yada, they just get completely ignored. It's just like, this is one of the reasons people are so, especially trans people, are so fucking tired of hearing, I have genuine concerns, because people never fucking listen when we actually explain shit.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
One of the like most hilarious, and in the bad way of hilarious, like haha life is pain hilarious kind of moments
Mm-hmm.
that has come out of like all of this bullshit to me is that cis women have been thrown out of bathrooms for not looking female enough.
Yep.
Like, I shouldn't find this as funny as I do. But the
Mm-hmm.
hypocrisy. Oh my god, we want to protect women's spaces, throws out the women.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
The hypocrisy is so bad. Just like, there's no such thing as pink and blue brains, and we're against gender roles and the idea of gender, but also you don't look like a woman. Like,
like, oh, we're so concerned about women's privacy and safety. Has seen videos of cis women ripped out of bathrooms while they were taking a dump.
mm-hmm. My
Because
fa-
someone was like, they don't look female enough, and a fucking male security guard got come in to go to the bathroom and
yeah,
rip them the fuck out.
my
Like, okay, go off, I guess.
my favorite, and favorite is doing some really heavy lifting there. Thing or thing to highlight the hypocrisy is, we don't believe in gender and there is no pink and blue brains. But boy, your language sure sounds masculine every time I'm even the, like, slightest bit vulgar or rude.
I actually, this happens to me all the time, and it's one of the reasons I hate my voice. Like, I wouldn't say I get dysphoric over it, but I get dysphoric over the reactions I get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I talk male because of my word choice. So people are like
Oh,
totally
yeah.
fine. Like, I'm super comfy texting people. The second I go in a voice chat for the first time with somebody, I have to just psych myself up for this is going to be a time. People are going to think, people are going to have a moment where they're like, oh my god, she was actually a her? I'm so sorry. No, I
Yeah.
did not correct you for a reason.
Yeah.
Continue as you were. The second someone hears my voice, it's like, shoot, automatically female. Even if you've been like using my pronouns, doing the things, whatever, the second someone hears my voice, that's when they start having problems, usually.
Yeah. Yeah, Devil, there's this big thing, especially amongst TERFs and gender critical people, that it's that word choice and certain sentence structure that is not 100% polite and demure is masculine.
Ladylike.
It's
Therefore, it's masculine.
yeah.
That's not how a lady
Hi,
should
Ziffy.
talk. I literally had a family member that was very, very close in relation to me when I was talking, because I curse casually, sat, looked at me, dead faced, and said, I don't like it when you curse. That's not attractive to me.
Bruh.
I'm sorry. We're not supposed to be attracted to each other,
This
number
was my
one.
father.
It's not even that, Daredevil. Have they been literally fucking anywhere? Women cuss and get rude. Like,
Look at the stereotypes of Ireland.
Ye.
Cursed the skies blue, the women of Ireland did, so they say.
Clearly, women that curse can only be lesbians.
I mean, no one would say that to an Irish woman's face.
This is fair.
I have seen men beaten for less.
I also half expect that if the reaction is not violent, it is the reaction is instead to immediately kiss a woman just out of spite.
I've also seen that one, so fair, yeah. I mean, I like both equally. They are both equally entertaining.
But yeah, the zero out of 10 on the gender roles don't exist take. Because yeah, sure. Tell me you don't see colors as gendered. Please.
Yeah.
Try and tell me this.
I was run through a really rigorous language therapy thing, which hammered in the idea that colors are not gendered, colors are linked directly to emotions, and that was the only way I could ever fucking see them from then on.
Wait, so how come you don't get my color thing?
You're
Hugh,
gonna have to remind me.
my synesthesia weirdness.
Oh, because no, they don't feel like a thing. They are just associated with the thing. It's like word association more than anything.
Yeah.
Like blue rooms are sad and make people feel sad because that's what the psychological tests have shown. I don't feel any reaction to it.
Yeah, but you've acted like it is this crazy concept when I had to explain it to you.
Well, no, it is a crazy concept from someone who doesn't feel it, but I still
Sorry,
know
what I
that it's
missed?
a thing.
Cursing is for lesbians.
I mean,
And
fair, yeah. Wait, I'm bi. Does that mean I only get to swear half the time? Or do I get twice as much swearing?
No, it means you get ignored when you swear.
That's fair.
are you kidding?
That just
Bi
makes
peop-
it easier.
My
Well, no,
existence is paradoxical then.
bi
No, it's
people
great
don't
because-
exist. We're a fucking like more myth.
It's great though
how you
because I'm both bi and trans, it means I'm only visible on 2 days out of the year.
Yeah, I know,
Pretty
right?
What?
still mode.
I'm
there's this big thing, especially for bi people, that bi people are just routinely shit on by everyone if anybody notices they exist to begin with.
There's a whole huge stupid thing in the LGBT community about like,
Yo,
well, if you're bi and you're attracted to both, you're definitely gonna cheat on your partner.
there's that. There's also
Bro.
it's
There's-
like never being gay
The gold
enough for
Yeah,
never
there's
being gay enough for lesbians, never being straight enough for straight guys. Like, it's real bad.
Or even worse, at least as
I
an
don't-
AFAB person, oh, you're into both? That's super cool. That means since you're also kinky, we'll do a threesome with somebody.
Ooh,
And-
yeah, I
and-
don't love that.
I completely do not get the concept of being gay enough or straight enough.
It's a
Oh,
conversation we
yeah.
can have offline because it's a long
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, being
Like I've never heard.
infab and bi
Mhm.
when you're doing stuff with like cis guys is just a kink.
Yeah.
Like it's a net bonus in 9 times out of 10 for
Oh,
cis dudes
yeah.
because it's just seen as cool. I have more options, and my girlfriend kissing a girl is hot.
Yeah. It's
Bruh.
as far as like the LGBT community is concerned, it tends to run the gamut of you're not gay enough, and that typically is explained as, oh, you're actually like gay, but you're not fully gay,
Yeah,
Well,
or
it's
it go,
technically
or it
like
goes, or it
straight.
goes completely around to where, oh, you're bi, but you're in a relationship with the opposite sex, you're
hmm
straight.
Yep.
Bruh.
Yeah. Because
Yep.
clearly, when you're dating one, you can't still be attracted to both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or, yeah, the whole like you're lying to yourself and. Mm. At this point, I just say queer. It's more
Yeah,
accurate.
I know
Yeah.
that's fair.
When you're non-binary, discussing gay or not gay is
Yeah.
like it's like on the one hand, gay is when it's the thing that you are, but I am everything and nothing. I am the void. So
Right.
it's queer.
So,
Queer works.
yeah. So that would have to, yeah, no, by their own logic, you'd have to only be in a relationship with another non-binary person in order
Yeah.
for it to be a relationship.
Which
And it,
even then, there's so many different fucking
Right.
non-binary like
Right.
things.
Exactly. Yes.
and Daredevil
Also, then there's
also.
like issues with being like on the demi whatever and like all of that kind of stuff. So it's just like queer. If you want specifics, ask. But
Yeah.
queer is just gonna be the umbrella term.
Yeah. Daredevil also uh, brings up another one that comes up, or if you've ever had a relation with someone of the opposite gender, you're disgusting now.
Yeah, yeah, had
Oh yeah,
that.
weren't we
And
talking
then,
about the terrible like gold star bullshit a couple days
oh
ago?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, in those cases, bi just becomes an insult. It's
Yep.
just, oh, you, for the gold and platinum star gays and lesbians, where it's the gold star ones being, I've never had sex with someone of the opposite sex, and if you have, you're actually bisexual. There was never a point that you were in the closet. No, you're just actually bisexual.
So I got one for you that I have heard and is depressingly hilarious. So so you being bi means you're also transphobic because you're defining that there's only two genders and you're only attracted to those two.
I've heard
Oh
that, and
yeah,
I
I've
have
heard
an
that.
answer to that as an NB person.
Wait,
I
you have
don't.
an answer to that?
I have an answer to that as an NB person that people don't
Shoot.
like
Oh, okay,
because
I want to hear this then.
I
Because my
think
answer is like,
yeah, I don't use pan. If I do have to give a like
mhm,
something that's not queer now or like get more specific, I'll be like, well, I'm bi and blah blah blah. I define bi or just sexuality. I don't think it's useful to define it in terms of gender. I'm attracted to women, I'm attracted to men.
mhm,
Personally, I use it as I'm attracted to things like me and things not like me. That is
mhm.
two things. That is two whole ass
That
things.
is a fair point. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to, for me, like, from my perception at least, the difference between bi and pan, from what I've seen, so again, grain of salt, is that people who are pan are attracted to people regardless of gender, whereas for me, being someone who's bi, I'm attracted to a number of genders. And then from that like idea of that gender, subsections of people.
Yeah,
So
yeah. For me, bisexuality for me is very much the goes along with the two or more definition. For me, it's very much I'm attracted to women, I'm attracted to non binary people, and I am attracted to highly effeminate men. Those
The
are the things that I am attracted to.
the thing that fucking blows people's minds and makes them hate you even more when you're a bi person?
shoot.
I am bisexual, but technically heteroromantic.
Hmm.
At least usually. I've adjusted that label since then, but that used to be the deal because 9 times out of 10,
Mhm.
I don't like women enough to date them long term.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I've realized I can only do casual with women.
Oh yeah, the
Because
whole
women's
thing
personalities in
where
general don't
the
get along.
the whole thing where you can separate out your sexual desires and your romantic desires.
So
That
Mhm.
you're
pisses
really
that
straight,
pisses
but
people
it's
off.
kinky for you?
Yeah, that pisses
I
people
very
off
much look at
entirely.
like, oh, you're just bi because you're like, that's a kink. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
Ignoring that,
Most
it
most of the
can't be
people.
kink because it's sex. But you know, whatever.
All this kind of flies over my head. I'm not used to
That's
the
okay.
Yeah,
play.
I don't really have a dog in this race either.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally okay.
I'm just thinking here, like, I just don't get it because whenever this comes up in conversation for me, I don't really like use a label word.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
It's like, cause like, let me. I've only ever loved one person romantically in my life.
Mhm.
Uh, they were, they are rather, they're not dead.
Okay.
They're a they're a trans person, male or female.
Mhm.
Uh, and I never much concerned myself with what that meant.
Mhm.
As far as me, it was just this person has basically every trait that I enjoy uh, on a just like a moral and uh, social level,
Mhm.
and I want to be around that more. That's
Mhm.
it. That's basically my entire understanding for me personally of what sexuality or attraction is.
Totally fair.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah. End of the day, labels are just really useful sometimes until they're not
Mhm.
shorthands, so that we
Yeah.
don't have to go into a 30-minute conversation on what exactly we're into and like.
Yo.
Yeah.
I think people get way too much caught up on the labels, which is why I've started using queer more, is because like
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
That's a good
started
one.
I went down the rabbit hole of like, oh well, this is accurate, but it also has to be paired with this to make it more accurate, blah blah. And I was just like, this is too much
Yeah,
effort.
a lot of people who have never had to question their identities in any ways don't seem to understand that words are descriptive, not prescriptive.
Yep.
Uh, I guess I also come from a point where I I I've consistently noticed that labels fuck arguments really bad sometimes. The easy example is climate change.
Mhm.
Before that was the widely used, you know, terminology. The first thing that came was global warming,
Right.
and that's like fucked some arguments for people because they're like, you know, uh, well, this year it's been colder than ever.
Ah, right.
Shit
Yeah.
like that.
So
And
those are just
even
bad faith
and
arguments,
even
though.
that and
Shit
even
like that.
that came from an extreme misunderstanding of what happened. That was very much a media thing because like in the actual like as far as scientists are concerned, it's not they're not the same thing. One of them causes the other, but they're both happening. Climate
Yeah.
change is happening because global warming is happening. Global
Yeah.
warming is the ultimate cause, but a lot of people heard global warming and were just like, ah, but it's cold in this spot.
Exactly. Which is not a fucking valid argument.
Yeah, it's still hot across the rest of the fucking planet, dude.
I
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, when people argue with this, I don't understand how they can't even suppose for an instant that it's true.
Oh, I can answer
Hmm.
that from the psych
You know,
perspective.
is cognitive dissonance or something like
No,
that?
no, 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 no. I mean, kind of. So to suppose it, yes, would require cognitive dissonance, right?
Yeah.
And when someone has, so there's two cases that can kind of happen. One is when someone is insecure about their position, they're not sure in it.
Hmm.
They tend to hold on tighter and can't handle the cognitive dissonance because they're not sure of their opinions themselves. So that's one case. The other case is when they have integrated it as a supposedly necessary part of their being. Like it's so important to them at this point, it's who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they've included it in their self concept. That's a big no, and brains don't like that. And
Yeah.
it causes people to react violently because you're not criticizing an idea and you're not asking them to question an idea, you're asking them to question their innermost being.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And that is at the very least, as far as the U.S. is concerned, that is very, very much driven by the political atmosphere that we have. When one side takes a position, a lot of people just suddenly are like, "This is now what I believe," and if you question this, you are questioning me.
The TLDR is people are dumb.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could go into a very, very long discussion on that, but our break is over.
Yep.
But I'm gonna cut you off before Alex goes off the rails.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for keeping time, Hugh.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep typing names in the background because I'm never gonna actually get the first part of this book started if I don't fucking finish this family tree.
But yeah, going to Flux and Riven.
Yeah, what's up?
Over the course of, let's have a quick check. Let's see, about an hour and a half. You've been traveling towards T6, heading east. Not going too fast, trying to keep your notice low. But you do eventually hove into view of a structure built high up on a mesa, and with a seemingly very heavily fortified entrance opening out onto the main road, heading from north to south.
Huh.
You can
Well,
see a tall tower at the entrance,
This thing?
giving an overlook. It's labeled Y. I am pinging it.
Oh, okay, yep, I see it. I'm just zoomed out too far. Okay. Wow, this thing is massive.
And on the southwestern tip here, a large bunker with what appears to be a large artillery emplacement of some description.
Awesome.
That's about all you can see from your position. There is a high rockcrete wall running along the lip of the mesa.
cool.
Is this the one that has the tunnel entrance? Oh yeah, it is.
All of them have a tunnel entrance.
Right.
Let's circle around. And how high would you say the walls are, Hugh?
The walls themselves are about 10 feet high, and the mesa it's standing on is a good 30 feet.
Great. And the walls, are they flat and people walking on the top, or are they purely just fortification, or what's the deal there?
They are flat. At the corners appears to be a small parapet that every now and then a trooper stands up on, looks around with a magnocular scope, and then steps off. The walls have firing slits along their length that you can occasionally see troops walking past behind.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Yeah. So I want to get us kind of in and out of the way area, I think. Maybe near the top.
okay, so we're coming in
And as
from the
close
top
as we
then.
can to it. hmm Yeah, as close as we can safely sneak up in a car.
Yeah.
There is not a great deal of concealment in this area. The ground slopes away steadily from the mesa. It's dotted with underbrush and small trees and a carpet of Cardaius blood. There are a
Uh,
few large rocky outcroppings and such, but it's a very exposed approach.
Yeah, I mean, the closest we can reasonably get and maybe get cover in one of those big tree bits. We don't need to get super close.
I have an idea. Um, I, straight up, why don't we skip it?
Excuse me?
I mean, this is a really heavy fortification, and outside of doing some like light scanning, we're not going to be able to get inside.
The
Probably.
goal isn't to get inside, it's to confirm
Oh, okay.
just what we know about it.
Oh, okay. All right. That never mind then.
We're just getting so yeah, Flux will just kind of lean forward to
I don't remember her name
I
either.
don't know names. Lisa.
Yes.
Yeah, Flux is gonna just kind of be doing the standing behind where Lisa's driving and directing a little bit, and just kind of get us as close as you can. Not worrying too much, but keep us in cover. And from there, we'll send out the servo skulls.
Lisa gives you a grimace. I'll do my best, but I don't know how close I'll be able to get without them spotting us. The closer we go, the riskier it is.
Riven, what's the range on those? On this
On the server
array?
skulls. That's a good question. Don't remember off the top of my head.
Hey, Hugh.
Yeah. Sorry, Hugh. I do not remember the range on the server
Wasn't
skulls.
it? Wasn't it like 100 meters? Am I wrong on that?
I feel like it was somewhere. It was either 60 or 100. It was something pretty like
It was.
reasonably long.
Yeah, it was fairly far. Hugh.
I'm trying
He's
to
looking
think.
it
Okay.
up.
You
But
know,
you
we
could also
just,
just
you
fudge the
hadn't you
number.
hadn't said anything, so I wasn't sure if you were still there, or if you were like muting yourself and unaware of it.
I can't remember. I'm sure I gave you a range when
You did. We're trying to remember what it
We're just
was.
dumb bitches.
hoping you wrote this down. Um,
Actually, I might have.
I mean, if you want to go dig for that, that could work. Or we could just call it 60 meters.
Long range fox units or nope. But I will write it down when you tell me.
all right. You had the Torox box replaced, so
Yes, with the surveillance bank.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're gonna be using.
I would say if you wanted to keep them undetected and use a relatively weak radio signal, they would have a range of about 100 meters. You could push it to up to maybe a kilometer, but the feed will get fuzzy the further out it gets, and
Sure.
it's a much more powerful signal that is much more likely to be noticed.
So about 100 meters, give
Cool.
or take. Okay.
What is the degree of specificity that servo skulls can accept when taking commands?
They have efficient enough cogitators to accept any one sentence verbal command, more or less.
And can they be programmed to take literal verbal commands rather than binary?
Yeah, most are. Most of the good people of the Inquisition and the Imperium cannot speak binary.
Yep.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
They just prefer binary because it's faster.
Mm-hmm. So what are you thinking?
What is the maximum, or rather minimum distance that you think you can get us up close without us being spotted?
Honestly, in this giant lunk, 3 kilometers maybe.
Oh, okay.
We're not a small vehicle. She raps on the hull.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the uh, surveillance bank. Is there any version of it that we could possibly
Hmm.
move without needing the car?
Ribbon and Flux, give me a tech roll.
Yeah, I have an idea, but it's dumb, and yet another reason I should get an MIU at some point. Five in glory.
Yeah.
I tried to help.
Flux, you don't really know how half the technology works, so you're not really sure if that's even feasible. Riven, if you had an Auspex, you could probably modify it to act as a remote control.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what is an
It
aspect?
would be a very crude mechanism, and you'd have like a grainy camera feed and a
Hmm.
very clunky set of controls. But yeah, it could work. An
Multi-scanner.
Auspex is a handheld scanning device. It can detect
Mm-hmm.
heartbeats, breathing, movement,
Any
up
chance
to
I
about
can?
50 meters.
Any chance we have one in the Medicaid kit?
Probably
Nah,
not in a Medicaid kit.
those are specialty.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Uh,
No go.
all right. We're sending one of the servo skulls up and over to get a general scan over the top.
Wait, you want to
See if
send one over the wall or just close to the area?
Mhm. I want to send over the wall.
Okay.
First a general sweep, see from decently high what we can get in terms of general movement, any buildings that seem particularly important, that
Mm.
kind of thing.
Question for you. How
Possible answer.
far are? Yes. How far are the range on the various detonators that you have on hand?
That's another excellent question.
Because
Thank
I'm
you.
thinking,
Fuck's
I'm
sakes.
thinking if you want to.
I
Sorry.
can
Hey,
I can assure that we did not have a specification on what that range was.
I can promise you. Well, it's like not like we're asking you for names. So
Yeah, you're welcome.
What is
Uh,
the
it's radio frequency, so theoretically it just
okay.
depends on the transmitter you use. I'd say a handheld one probably only has a range of like 10 to 15 meters or so, but if you hooked it up to a Vox,
Yeah, and
could
also
go further?
the server skull works on radio anyway, right?
yep.
All right. So I hate to do this, but I feel like if we're gonna send a servo skull in 3 kilometers, we're not getting it back. So we might as well do some damage with it, right?
I'm not trying to get it to go in close near the buildings. I just want it to go high enough above to get some overhead.
Okay, that's fine. I was just thinking backup plan, but I'm okay with
I
sending them in
mean,
to do more scanning.
I have I'm not there.
Right.
Silence hope.
So
Daredevil, I was gonna make that joke. I was gonna be like, Riven, what is the name of every servo skull?
oh, I already thought that through.
Oh,
So we have
excellent.
4 of them. It's 4, 5, 6 Zeven, which is funny because somehow they're marked 4 through 8, even though we only have 4 of them. So I think it's 4, 5, 7, 8. We just don't have a 6.
Well, congratulations, you've already done more work than RD. I mean, what?
Wait,
Wait.
what? Anyway,
And all of
yeah.
them-
Fucking war map for you, motherfucker.
Love you.
I mean,
So Flux, here's what I'm thinking.
says
I think,
says the man that made me draw all of the city maps for him.
and they look
You
great,
volunteered.
and they look great.
They look amazing.
So, so what I'm thinking is we grab one of the skulls. I will offer up fun for this one. We load it up with C4, send it out to scan. If we get it back, great. We take the C4 back. If we don't, then we blow it up.
I would agree with that if we weren't trying to keep the um mm,
Mostly, I want to see what their response is because if nothing else, and they shoot
I
at
don't
it,
want to see what the response is because we're trying to attack a convoy in the morning. We
fair
can't tip
point.
them off that there's people operating in this area. Let's move on to the next place. We might be
Okay,
able to
sounds good.
catch this place on our way back.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we'll skip it. That sounds good too.
Yeah.
All right, off to T2 then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. Lisa hauls on the wheel, and you speed south, running parallel to the main road, but a good 20, 30 odd kilometers away from it. And
Flux has really changed with getting the rank of sergeant.
Listen, me dying is like expected. I was sent here to die.
Mm-hmm.
Other people dying, nah.
No, it's
Also,
good. I respect the sense of responsibility, but also that was a plan I was sure Flux would have gone for.
it would be tempting.
Mm,
However, what's even more tempting is stealing a fucking tank.
fair point.
And Flux is willing to be patient if it
Ooh,
means that it will cause the most damage in the future. And
acceptable.
I really want a tank.
Well, you know how it works. I go where you go. So
Like, would it be fun to send a skull in with C4? Sure, but Hugh said we'd get a tank.
true. We can also do that later. You have four of
Exactly.
them. Sure, the folks who offered up their skulls would be happy to know that they died proudly in the Emperor's service of being a bomb.
I mean, I feel like we could high key rig up servo skulls to carry something and then just have them drop shit over a city.
That's an option too. But anyway,
That way we
sorry.
don't need to kamikaze it.
Yeah, that's actually a better idea.
Because
Do
I don't know
alright.
about you, but I like skulls.
Oh,
Skulls are
absolutely.
aesthetic.
I've been keeping Leonard since I stole him. Like,
You head southeast. Takes you about an hour and 45 minutes before you come into view of the edge of a sprawling town.
hmm. Ooh, oh right.
That got warped.
Yeah, roll 20 does that, unfortunately.
It's close enough.
It's a big ass church. I feel like New Ollie would like this place. Although I assume we can't see it.
You can actually see the church as it
Damn.
sits on the top of a high cliff, a broad avenue leading up to it, up a slope. It towers over the other structures around it, a Gothic edifice, easily 20, 30 meters tall.
Huh. So as we're getting closer, do we hear like noise in the town, or is it? I also don't remember where in the weird 48-hour cycle we are.
So,
It is still day. You are about 8 hours away from the beginning of the night cycle.
so what's the deal with the chasm?
You can barely see the chasm around the city, but you can see it stretching off to the southwest, a massive gash of darkness in the landscape.
And based off of our area of operations map, we are approaching from the northwest.
Yes.
Cool. Cool.
Along the cliff to the north, you can see first the squat structure of what appears to be a large rockcrete wall outlining a base of some description. You can see a high radio antenna standing over the walls and the shapes of rockcrete structures. You can also see a military checkpoint on the main road beside it.
Hmm.
Can we see?
Towering over it behind the base is a massive manufactorum complex, a blunt brick of grey stone, maybe 10, 15 stories tall, seemingly divided into 3 sections. The roofs rise up to just about the cliff edge, and on the cliff you can see the outlining of smaller buildings. To
Cool.
the south, below the massive manufacturing complex, you can see the tall structures of warehouses and other smaller factories that have been swathed in a sea of tiny ramshackle buildings that seem to have been thrown together by, well, refugees, the homeless, employees of the factories, who knows?
Huh.
So, to the northwest in the slum district, is the only path to get into that past the checkpoint, or is there a way farther west outside of the event you had me
So you're
draw?
thinking like
If
here-ish?
you were to filter through the slums, you could theoretically find another way in. However, the slums are very close packed and very dense. Some of the structures rise 3 stories tall, slapped together with corrugated sheet metal, sheets of plastic, bits of wood, anything they could find. You wouldn't be able to get the Taurox through that.
Nah.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking, um, I'm thinking we come back here with
Yeah.
the enemy. Uh, actually, that's a
Uniforms and
good
stuff.
question because we had some enemy uniforms.
The question, yeah, do you want to try and sneak in now or later? Because I feel like we should go back and report if we've got all this information.
Yeah, if this is a manufactorum, I want it out of operation.
Sure. And also if we've got these, feel like if our coin's still good here, there's plenty of people in the slums who might be up for helping us out.
Yeah.
Riven, you do
Yeah.
feel confident that given maybe an hour, you could dismantle the surveillance array and pack it up so that it could be transported. It would take you about an hour to set it up.
Huh. Interesting.
I mean, the real question is finding a refugee that, you know,
Let's take
doesn't
us
like
in.
living here.
I
And neither of us
mean,
are cocky.
what's that?
Said, and neither of us know how to talk to people.
No, but I if you're willing to let me bend the rules a little bit, I can certainly I can play the wounded, tortured Mechanicus. I mean, just think about it. So, you know, woman rolls into town, augmetic eyes, sob story about how the Imperium, crushed her home and killed her dreams and, slaughtered her family, and she got away as quickly as she could, but it took years. Now she's just looking for a place to be to start over.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's go back.
Ah,
No
Talk to
confidence.
people.
You have
if it makes you,
lost the vote of confidence.
and that's fine. If it makes you feel any better, none of that's lying.
No. That's the thing is, even if it isn't lying, you're still going to need to persuade people of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm going to go with no.
Okay,
I
that's okay.
appreciate you, but this is good. This okay. I know, Ferb. I know what we're going to do today.
All right.
So Actually, I'll wait to give the breakdown until we have a team meeting when we get back to camp.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright then. I've given you all access to the T2 map in the
Yep.
handouts, blah. And yeah, it will take you about
I love the
yeah,
blood
quite
spray
a
in the
while.
south.
I know, right?
I didn't see that before.
About another 4 hours or so to
Mhm.
get back to the camp.
Yeah, I figured.
By which time, Nualia, Agrotron, were you gonna run those bodies down to the lake now or wait?
I'm gonna run them into one of the ravines that you pointed out rather than going all the way to the lake.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'd say that would be about a 2 hour trip there and back. You'd arrive back at about the same time Flux and Ribbon did.
Okay. Then yeah, we take the jeep and deliver that stuff. The cyanide is done by the time we deliver the stuff, right?
I would say you've got a full canteen's worth, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And are you reassembling the tents you dismantled?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright then. Yeah, sure enough, the Taurox pulls in. You pull in around the south side of the mesa, seeing a very large bloodstain that is now dried in the sun on the dirt. And as you pull to a stop and turn off the Taurox engine, you hear the rumble of another engine, and a small jeep pulls up behind you.
Did we see them coming?
Yeah, you would definitely see them coming, and
Then
you
we
would
Assuming-
also
would
very clearly see Nualia's black and white power armor. in the
Okay, I
driver's
was
seat.
gonna say.
Yes. I was gonna be like, you can very
Shot.
clearly see the 8-foot tall power armor.
Yeah, it's a very small cut down Jeep. It doesn't even have a windshield. So, yeah, it's not hard to see Nualia.
Okay. Hugh, I know that you and I had talked about the enemy identification, and I had forgotten that previously we had used the uniforms as well, or at least picked up uniforms while Noelia and I were doing the infiltration.
Yeah.
Would you say we still have at least one or two uniforms as well?
I would say you never got rid of them, so yeah, why not? You would
Okay.
have 2 of them from your attempted infiltration.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Flux is just gonna get out of the car and look at the bloodstain and look at the truck.
We
Look at
had
Riven.
we had visitors.
I'll leave you alone for 6 hours.
And we had visitors. But we kept the Jeep intact as well as their radio, so we also have access to their comm system. Speaking of which, Hugh, at any point during that time, did we receive a signal?
No.
Okay.
The Vox had been turned off, and Agrotron was unable to work out how to turn it back on.
Ah, fair.
Okay. I'm not even gonna ask for more details than that because honestly, it's fine.
It was a group of scouts, and Packard let us know they were coming, but we were hoping that they would go far afield, and they just kept coming closer and closer until eventually they got out of their vehicle and climbed upon the mesa, at which point we could not ignore them.
Any injuries?
No, none. Well, myself, but nothing serious.
Have you treated yourself yet?
I have not. I have been spending all of this time making cyanide and then dumping bodies.
You couldn't have let Feely stir the cyanide and treated yourself.
I
Oh,
did
we're
let
back?
him. I did let him stir the cyanide for a little bit, but no, I did not.
Noelia, I say this with as much respect as is due. You're such a dumb bitch.
I do not know how to take that.
Riven,
Yep.
help Noelia while we're in our meeting. And everyone else, tent. Yeah,
Alright.
Flux is gonna walk to our meeting tent.
Sorry, I stepped away for a few minutes. I'm assuming we just came back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We came back and saw a giant fucking blood stain on the floor.
Hmm.
And I was like, who
It's
done
about
it?
par for the course for this group.
Are you calling Packard down?
Yeah, we've got the Torox. Put the servo skulls on watch and Packard can come down.
Can do.
And we'll
Alright.
start pulling up map things so everyone can see what the fuck is up.
Not with that tech roll, I'm not. Gonna reroll that. There we go. I'm just assuming you wanted a tech roll here.
Honestly, I don't think you need a tech roll to operate them in their normal function.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, never mind
This
then.
is their purpose, and you are a tech priest. You should have at least some training.
Should.
That's a hell of an assumption.
Yeah, I would consider for your particular class, this would count as an assumed action.
Okay. Cool. I'll just scrub those rolls then. That's good.
And
Alright
yeah,
then. Yeah.
once everyone is assembled, Flux will put the map down. We were not able to get into T6 and examine the stockpile. It's too heavily fortified, and I don't want to risk it, especially when we have what we're doing tonight. How long
Understood.
until nightfall, Hugh? Because we said it would be just about night as we got back, given drive
Yep.
time, I think.
The sun is dipping below the eastern horizon. It has just started to disappear beneath the plateau of St. Cardaius table in the distance.
Excellent. How fast is the truck they have compared to our car?
Given that they are supposedly carrying a lot of supplies, at least half the
No,
speed.
the
You mean
truck that
the Jeep?
Oh,
Molly
the
got.
Jeep. The Jeep is actually slightly faster, though it has barely any armor.
Probably also
Cool.
has less traction on the terrain
Yeah,
too.
you might need a slightly better piloting role to keep it under control. It's
Okay.
effectively one of those World War II kit cars that they shipped over the sea flat packed.
Yeah.
I'm like, congrats, boys, you've got your own command Jeep. Put it together.
All right, Nualia, how is your poison going?
We have one canteen of cyanide.
Excellent.
Should be enough to poison quite a few different water supplies.
Imagine getting someone to drink that straight.
Yeah. just hand the canteen over to Feely. Here you are. No.
Not really.
Hand it to Agrotrom. You wanted to try Promethium? Try
Well,
this.
that'll do it. Yeah.
All right. And this makes 24 hours into our 128, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Anytime. So, I guess it depends on what you're planning, but I have some ideas.
Good night, Derevil.
Give me just a second to pull up my notes.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to take some coordination and a whole lot of trusting each other's ability to operate on your own. We'll be splitting up into 2 primary groups in the 2 cars. Right now, whole team is going to go set up for hijacking the convoy. That's going to be the primary goal. Most of the squad is going to stay with Nualia after we set
Oh,
it up.
is that just me,
Gonna
or did
take
you?
Riven and...
You
Hmm?
dropped out a bit there, Alex.
What did you hear?
Heard whole team is gonna split up.
Cool. We're going to split into 2 primary groups.
Mm-hmm.
Nualia, you're going to have the team here, like we talked about.
Of course.
I'm going to take Packard and Riven with me.
Mm-hmm.
Whole group is going to go set up for your hijacking of the convoy. Now that we have 2 vehicles, Nualia, you can keep the Taurox.
Thank you.
We'll take the truck after we're done helping set up with the landmines. And from there, we will head to T5.
Keep in mind, if you need the servo skulls, then you will need the Taurox.
Not necessarily. If I've got space, I can pack that up. Just need a little time and space.
Riven, you'll be our driver for Team 2.
Okay.
Packard and I will be in charge of infiltration.
Makes sense.
Team 1 is going to sit and make sure that this supply convoy does get hijacked. Hopefully successfully, and hopefully we get a tank out of it. From there, you will be driving to T4 and launching an assault on it. Hopefully, we'll have hit T5 and be back in time for your assault on T4. We'll take that time to rappel down into T4 in that alternate route that Packard and I talked about. From the mesa in the northwest section.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that'll provide enough of a distraction that Packard and I can get in and sabotage the warehouses. If nothing else, you'll do plenty of hell on the fortifications should you get the tank.
We will certainly try.
I'm back. What I miss?
The whole plan, but don't worry about it. We'll explain it to you later.
I mean, did you really think Agrotron was listening?
No, it's actually totally in character. Like, not a big deal. You're stealing a tank, basically.
Oh shit!
Does anyone have any questions?
Not really, no.
Do you want me when we get to T4? I'm the getaway driver.
Yes.
Got it. That was all I had.
Getaway driver and possibly using the servo skulls from a very, very high point to give us a bit of an eagle eye view.
All right, can do.
We can use some short range Vox stuff using the scramblers, and if necessary, you can give us a heads up if something has gone wrong.
Will do.
Packard and I will take the Camilla Line cloaks, as well as black fatigues. Everyone should be wearing them. I also want us to take the spare enemy uniforms that we have.
Mm-hmm.
We won't wear them primarily, but should we need them, I want to have them on hand in case we do get caught. we
Of
might be able to
course.
dump our shit.
Is there a squat-sized outfit among those?
I think we should have a squat-sized pair of fatigues.
I believe we did try to make sure that one of them was fitted for a squad.
I mean, not the fatigues themselves, the militia disguises.
Mm.
Oh,
No, I
no,
do
we
not
don't have a
believe so.
squat-sized one, and you'll not be on that team, Outgirl Chom. We're splitting into 2 groups.
Oh, okay.
TLDR, you're hijacking a tank while, or at least theoretically, waiting to hijack and hijacking a tank while we are poisoning the water supply, and coming back to launch a coordinated, hopefully, infiltration/attack into the base closest to where you're hijacking the tank.
Nice.
That way we can get rid of the enemy ammunition, or at least, what's that called? I lost my word.
Diversion.
Nope. It's when you fuck sabotage. That's what
There you go.
when you fuck something up.
Sabotage is when you fuck.
I mean that works. Yeah.
Um. Yeah, my concern with this is, on the one hand, Packard is a fair bit sneakier than you, Ruben. On the other hand, are we gonna really need to be sneaky if there's a fucking tank firing at the place?
Yes.
Well, if we've got Vox and I've got eyes in the air, then I should be able
Well,
to
I'm
support
thinking
you.
if we want to sabotage, we might need more mechanical bent.
You will need to still be sneaky. While some forces may be dealing with firing at a tank, I highly doubt the vast majority of them will be as well. One tank is only going to distract them for a while.
Well, the good news is that convoy will have multiple vehicles. You'll also have the Torox, so you'll have at least 2, depending on how you split the group up.
Consider that you'll have a squat in the tank. A master of engineering and artillery.
Riven snorts at that.
I fully expect the tank to be able to take 3, maybe 4 shots from their wall artillery. As for the Torox, I expect it to be able to take 1, so we may not be able to distract them for long, but we will do what we can.
I'll show you. That tank will come away undamaged. Or at least functioning.
Let's hope so.
Alright,
I bet
everyone
my
start packing up your stuff.
Okay. Oh, was Riven using Medicaid during this time?
Hopefully.
What?
I asked Ruben
yes?
to medicate Noelia during the meeting.
Oh, sorry, I was not here for that. Like physically. So let me go deal with that. One sec. My apologies.
You're good. Not bad.
That was a 4 treat, yeah. Or should I
Yeah,
reroll that?
You can restore 2 wounds.
Cool. That'll put me near max.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm 1 point down, but that's fine.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's okay. I only took 3 mortal wounds. I'll be fine.
This is the time where I'm going to hold you to what gear you say you're taking with you, so make your
Okay.
selections.
Okay,
Everything.
missile launcher.
Definitely the missile. The missile launcher is definitely going with the ambush group.
Alright, I'm renaming camp inventory convoy ambush. So you can put it there. And
Alright, let me see.
Can you do it if you write it down while I call out stuff?
Yes.
Cool.
and I've renamed the other one to Somebody Poisoned the Waterhole.
Fantastic.
Avery, can you get the list in that one?
Yep, can do.
Cool. Okay, so tank stuff. Anti-vehicle landmines, all.
Let's see, that would
Anti-personnel.
be hold up. 4 anti-vehicle landmines. Okay.
Anti-personnel landmines. We'll say
Six.
2.
Okay, 2 anti-personnel landmines.
4 remote detonators.
4 remote detonators.
I have a question with the difference between remote versus timed detonators. Can you set them to be timed based off of each other, like a cascading thing, or does that considered remote?
If they're wired together, then yes. If not, that would be remote.
So if we were
But
to bury
if
multiple
you have
landmines,
multiple remote detonators and you want to set them to go off in a chain, that's just a setting on the remote detonator switch.
okay. If I just wanted to have a single remote detonator for a line of different landmines, could I just use one?
Yeah, set it to each one to a different frequency.
Cool.
Okay. So just take the one remote detonator.
Take all of them just in case.
Okay.
We are definitely gonna want grenades.
How many missiles were there? We've got the missile launcher, but
You have 2 crack and 3 frag.
okay. 2 crack missiles, 3 frag missiles. Okay, thank you.
Everyone gets their weapon of choice. If anyone has a bag that they would be, if anyone has a bag that they're carrying around that does not have necessary equipment, Packard and I are going to need to take that.
I think as for ammo backpacks, Nawalia and Lanewald had those.
Yeah, Flux will turn to Lanewald. If you don't mind, I'd like to borrow your backpack.
No problem, Sarge. She shrugs it off, puts it on the ground in front of you. It's mostly got heavy stubber ammo in at the moment.
All right. If you could do me a favor and get it to Laspacks primarily, I think. Um, Packard's gonna need some hot shot rounds. How many does a thing carry?
A pack is 1 round.
No. I mean the backpack.
Oh, 10. Carries 10 reloads.
10 reloads. Cool.
I will leave the math of redistributing those up to you guys. I'm trusting you to keep track of it.
7 are already in Lanewald's bag, so we'll just keep that. Um, Oh no, that's what Lanewald has a call on. Yeah, we'll take it out of the backpack and just put all mix of last packs and hot shot.
Okay.
We're gonna take the Spitfire with the reusable grapple. So Avery, you can get the backpack, the ammo, the extra last packs, and the reusable grapple with the Spitfire.
Okay. And how many packs were that? Was that?
That will be, if it holds 10, we'll do 5 and 5 last packs and hotshot last packs. Actually, can we hold grenades in this?
I would say yeah.
What's the rule for how many can fit in there? Of that?
Same. One
Same?
grenade per ammo slot.
Okay. Um. We'll do 3 and 3 actually, and we'll grab some grenades as well.
I mean,
Okay.
you can all carry like 3 grenades each.
This is fair. Um. We'll put 4 frag grenades in there.
Fair enough.
I'm keeping all of the equipment I currently have on me.
I am going
Which-
to leave
Um,
my servo arm back in the Torox.
I'm also going to take an extra enemy identification and uniform, as well as we're bringing the 2 Camilla line cloaks with us.
Okay.
Each group will get a set of Prey Sense goggles. We'll split the Vox Beats and Channel Scramblers as we have been. Uh, Time to spray paint the car. Each group gets a med pack.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever that thing that I made up to do friction lock climbing, I'm taking.
I think we had 4 med packs total. I think, right?
Yeah, we have 4.
Yeah. Nualia is going to say, if it's alright, I'd like the ambush group to take 2 med packs.
Entirely fair.
Makes sense. Got
Thank
more
We'll
people.
see what we can pick up from our first stop.
Thank you. Oh, did the Jeep happen to... We didn't loot the Jeep itself. I'll have to check that.
So, okay, so I am packing up the servo skulls, right?
Mm-hmm. We're going to take some of the extra camo netting with us. I'm taking my entire demolitions kit.
That makes sense.
As well as the crack and frag grenades I already have on me.
The system for
with the-
controlling them, the servo skulls called again.
Surveillance suite.
Thank you.
Or I suppose, if you want to be really thematic, an ocularum array.
Okay, I'll go with that then. I like that.
It's the eyebrow thingy. See real far.
All right.
Yeah, so time to spray the Torox down. We're gonna take the cyanide with us.
I already marked that off.
Cool.
First thing I put down. I am going to pull Feely aside if there's time.
Yeah, the others are spraying down the Taurox in its new black paint.
I'm gonna
And
give
packing up their
Packard
gear.
2 of my 5 frag grenades that I've personally been carrying around. I have so many grenades shoved up my ass. You have no idea.
I do not.
Flux is just saving them for a rainy day, okay?
Well, the
Is
rainy
that-
day's coming up, so
Is that what we're calling it these days?
storm on the horizon. So I'm gonna pull Feely aside, and because is he's still like visibly shaken. I mean, he's Feely. He's always visibly shaken. I'm just gonna say to him, listen. I'm taking our ocular array and the servo skulls with me, but I'm leaving Leonard with you. It's a very important job. I need you to keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't run off somewhere.
He reaches out kind of tentatively. Really, I don't know any of the psalms or hymns.
He's not like that. It's not that kind of thing. Just keep an eye on him for me, will you?
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm gonna reach down and like ruffle his hair, and then go into the Torox to take off my servo arm and robes.
Fair enough. I have to give the 999 a missile launcher now.
Yep. That is. I believe Chris and Risa were tasked with that.
Yep.
With Lane Mold watching over.
Yes. Lanewald is both supervisor and covering fire.
I feel like that pictures what Lanewald feels like when he has to think about fucking reading psalms and shit.
That looks like everything. Along with what we've got in our personal inventory. Riven, does that include your multi-tool whatever thingy?
Right. You're forgetting I have a combi tool. Because you keep borrowing it and then not returning it.
Listen,
No, the combi tool is
what's
just part
yours
of
is
my...
mine because
Yes, I
ownership
know.
does not exist.
Yes, that's true. You're right.
Runs away
Let's...
with the bread.
yeah. Alright, I have to fix up my inventory, because
As
there
well,
are definitely fewer things in it.
I
Our
am-
copy tool.
I am going to,
Fine.
I'm going to, let's see, Noalia is going to is going to turn to Chris and Risa, which one of you will be aiming and firing the missile launcher?
Risa grins broadly and jerks a thumb towards herself. I will.
Right.
Christoph looks kind of sullen, but doesn't say anything.
Chris tries to speak up, Risa just holds up the mechanical arm, want to arm wrestle for it. But,
Wait, is that my mechanical arm?
yeah, Risa has
Perhaps that's already happened.
Risa has a mech arm now.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
But,
she got the other arm taken off the shoulder by an autocannon.
Right, I remember.
And, yeah, Noalia is just going to pass over the Prey Sense goggles. You'll need these to assist with aiming.
She takes them almost reverently and immediately straps them on over her face and turns them on.
I fully expect her to just go full cartoon, just like put the back slip on and then just pull it away from self and let go.
Why not? Yeah, they slap into place. She twists the rims, there's a click, you hear a small electronic whine, and then she immediately goes, "Ah, fuck my eyes!"
Yes, you'll have to be careful with them.
Flux is just
then,
gonna kind of look over. The convoy doesn't come until the morning. We're just setting up ahead of time.
Yeah, she squints at the sunset and rubs her eyes, having pulled the goggles up.
It's
And
just
then,
there if you need it, or if anything happens in the middle of the night for keeping watch.
Oh, and since you'll be the one going in sabotaging things, Flux, yeah, and Noalia will pass over the canteen of cyanide, to which she has clearly labeled using the chain blade, the chain bayonet. She's just like very, very carefully scratched a little thing into it that just says cyanide.
Oh shit!
Good
Oh
thing
shit!
I
She
don't know how
pierced
to
it.
read.
No, she didn't pierce it. It's just like it's just a little bit of scratching.
Yep.
Flux
This
is
is
just
how
gonna kind of.
Nualia earns her call sign.
Flux is gonna look over the scratching for a bit, and then just look up at Noelia with a nod. This would be great if I knew how to read.
Do you seriously not know how to read?
Flux is just gonna shrug. I mean, you think I've needed it much till now? Look where I am in life.
Yes. Yes, I do think you would have needed it quite a bit up until now. Just to, at the very least, read how to make explosives.
No. Don't read. Just do. You learn by doing. If you
Admittedly,
fuck up, you never fuck up again.
I can only read casually to myself. I can read Imperial when I'm drunk, but otherwise it doesn't click.
Riven,
Hey,
Riven,
yeah.
Riven, are you able to read?
Yes.
Noalia just takes the cyanide out of Flux's hand and hands it over to Riven.
Malia, why would you even ask me that? She's just walked up, having talked to Feely.
Really kind of raises a tentative hand. I can't read either. Label drops her hand on his shoulder. Don't worry, lad. Neither can I.
Right.
At least
At
one of us
One of
Literacy is not a requirement for a recruitment.
it is not, but one of these days during R&R, I'm going to have a study session.
By all means, I feel like half these folks are lost cause.
Flux is just gonna kind of have sidestepped, like shifted a little bit next to Feely and Lanewald, and just kind of give them a bit of a wink and a whisper.
It's
I can. I'm just not gonna tell her.
Can I roll an awareness?
I'd say that's an insight.
An insight?
No,
To hear a
how
whisper?
about I'm being stealthy.
Yeah, to hear a whisper?
Fuck it, I'll roll stealth against your awareness. Let's go.
Go on then, yeah. Stealthy awareness.
Alright, here we go. PvP.
But Camellia Line does not add to it.
No,
I
comedian,
don't
I
need
just
it
don't work on sound.
Okay,
so
I just want to be sure that that's put in there.
What's wrong? Do you,
Yeah, no, fuck. Yeah, no, fuck you. I raft that shit.
That's illegal. No. I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to wrath player versus player.
I will take that wrath back.
That is so dumb.
very petty. I'm proud.
so does anybody on team...
Pretending like that was not my first, instinct as well.
what are you saying, Avery?
Oh, does anybody on anyone on Team Convoy want to take the Melta? I'm pretty sure it's not really in line with stealth.
Yeah, we're gonna take the flash hiders as well now that I think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured I'd pass off to Aquatron if he wants to take a crack at it.
To be honest, he might use to heat up Grimball.
Yeah, I kind of figured. So maybe not.
Take the
I
Melta.
have.
Really? All right.
No.
Oh.
To aggro shop. Take the fucking Melta. You're not going to attack a tank with an axe.
he does like the shaking finger at you. Now, I don't think you've paid very much attention to how I conduct my business.
I have
Commander
every
Flux.
bit of faith in your ability to cause chaos, but I also would like you to survive the circumstance. Please take a fucking gun.
Just because you think your axe is holy doesn't mean that it's going to save you from dying.
Your name's going in the goddamn book of grudges at this rate.
Probably.
He's looking at the both of you. He'll say, I trust in my abilities to infiltrate small structures. And in small structures, a melta is very damaging to my health.
And
How about this?
to be fair
You
as
take a gun.
well, if you wish the tank to be intact, then
Yeah.
Melta might be a bad idea.
I'm more concerned about the two other vehicles that you're going to be against.
Someone should take it who isn't me, because I feel like for this sort of mission, Last Pistol's all I'm gonna be able to work with.
I like Sarah's question in chat, but what about a big axe versus a small tank?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered? Have you ever even wondered how big Grimball is?
The Terminators of the Adeptus Astartes would like a word.
Flux is just gonna kind of take a minute and situate themselves so that they're like at eye level with Agrotron.
Oh, so you take a knee.
You're gonna
You're going on one knee.
Yeah. While I fully believe in your capacity, it would make me feel infinitely less anxious if you had some sort of ranged weapon, even if you don't choose to use it. Better to have a tool and not use it than need it and not have it.
I'm leaving the Melta on the Torox regardless. So if someone wants to use it, they can have
He
it.
just points on his back and he leans forward. I have a bolter.
Fair.
And he pulls open like a part of his vest. I have a nautil pistol.
Where the fuck have you been keeping that?
We probably don't want to know.
Fox is just under the assumption that he only has an axe.
Yeah, you see, this is quite a common misunderstanding. You see, I'm famed for being nearly executed by commissars across the galaxy, for being accused of stealing from enemies on the battlefield, because people only realize I have the axe.
I see.
I will say, who's taking the suppressed auto pistols? You had a limited number of those.
Definitely not the
Our team
ambush group.
Definitely is.
I mean, I have one on my person, but I will give it up if someone else wants it.
I've
I
got
have
a dueling
normal
last
auto
pistol, and that's
you
it.
have.
I am going to repurpose one of the las guns from one of the other squad members for Riven with the what's that called? Flash hider, whatever thingy.
Oh wait, one of the last guns.
Yeah.
Lane wasn't really using her, so she'll offer hers up.
Awesome. I'll take it.
I'm 90% sure that Packard's gun can still use the flash hider.
Yep.
Do the dueling las pistols use them as well?
They can.
Then we'll take yeah, well, how much of an action does it take to move it from one to the other?
I would say a combat action. You gotta sit down and screw it. Fix it onto the other one.
I feel like at that point we just sort of pick a weapon and go. I'm not gonna worry about it too much.
I would just like to.
Where the fuck did I put the flat? There they are. We have 7 of them, so we can literally each take an auto or take our primary weapon, like a las gun that has a longer range, and the dueling las pistols, and have a flash hider on all of them just to start off with. So we're just gonna fucking do that.
Make a sound, just saying.
Yes, but I like not being seen.
What were you trying to say, Mason?
Oh, I was gonna say, because I didn't say it earlier. Agrotron was gonna reply to the statement of being taken in for a study session. He's gonna say, "I will attend only on 2 conditions. 1, I can drink during it. 2,
Expect nothing
you
else.
let me teach you Cassidy as well."
Oh,
Oh shit, I'll learn that.
I would be happy to learn a new language.
He doesn't do it. I just did. But he does a similar action to dabbing.
I see.
It's probably more like
if you have access to a willing tutor, there is a rule in the Wrath and Glory rulebook that states if you spend 1 XP, you can learn that language from them.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay, so consider this. Who needs channel scramblers when we're all speaking squat?
Yeah.
good
That's
point,
not
actually.
a terrible idea.
Yeah. The enemy
Flux-
listens in. What the fuck are they saying?
Yeah, Flux is just gonna look up. Honestly, Agril, if you're down to teach people, I think we could all learn. Might be useful.
It's like his face like lights up. You don't want to shoot me?
Why would we want to shoot?
Whoppa! He does a jig.
I just imagine some scene out of like Spaceballs. Commander, the it's not encrypted, but I don't know what they're saying.
So, we're all mutually agreeing to spend 1 XP and learn squat.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
And this is
Absolutely.
going to become our new primary squad language.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So until otherwise specified, whenever the squad is talking among themselves, after that point we will be using that.
Yeah.
So I will say, it will take you a little while to learn. Agrotron can start by teaching you some basic words that you can use as code words. but I'd say it would take at least 2 or 3 respites for you to get a grasp of the basics of the language to use it effectively.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
done with this.
Yeah.
I was so done with
That's
this.
fair. Yeah.
Today, the gang all agrees to learn Russian.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So be careful. If a set of Adidas track clothes appear on you, do not freak out.
It's
Really
a part
Really
of
normal.
This is part of the assimilation process.
Do not freak out. This is normal.
Remember, comrade, glory to Putin.
No Putin. Only rock mountain. Yes.
No
Try
Putin,
it.
only mountain.
Only
That
mountain.
sounds like
No.
a lot better. Yes.
No poutine. Only mountain.
No,
Man.
Putin's good.
Amazing.
My brain just went
Felix.
no poutine, only mountain.
Only mountain.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
No poutine. Only mountying.
God damn it.
Oh, I didn't realize this was a nut joke.
No, it's not. Talking about the Mounties.
Oh, I thought you just said mounting. Really weird.
No.
Yeah, like, I'll be honest, that's where my brain went to, and I'm okay with that.
No, I mean, yeah, whatever's funnier. But yeah, no, I was going the Canadian Mounties.
This is fair.
Alright.
Never heard of that.
So, you guys take the 6-hour respite to rest up while you wait for the convoy, and then you begin to head on your way.
We are going way, way, way before the fucking convoy.
Yeah.
The convoy doesn't come until the middle of the night.
I thought you said it came in the morning.
Yeah, so you've got a full night ahead of you.
Okay, just
Yeah,
making sure.
We're definitely going to mine that road.
Yeah, I want to go as early as possible so that we can hopefully get back from fucking them up. In the
Well,
other
a
place.
respite is 6 hours, and you guys have been going for about 24 hours now.
No, this is totally fair. They were supposed to be taking a fucking long respite while I left them here, but clearly you can't get along without me.
I had to cook cyanide, okay?
What? And then you had to cook a human?
Yes! I had to melt the bodies, okay?
Either way, you have your 6-hour respite, getting your gear packaged up, spraying the Taurox black.
And
Are you leaving the tent set up?
We are going to use the tent setup to rest, but then kind of pack it away in that kind of crevice that we made to hide some of our shit.
Fair enough.
Like, we dug a crevice into the wall that we could store all of our leftover boxes and crap from. So that's where stuff's gonna stay.
Alright.
As well as whatever we can take down from the boards and shit. That, like, we can just easily and temporarily take them in the major parts off so that it's less noticeable.
Yeah, I'd say that's not too difficult. The night is quite long, though. After your respite, you still have a good 18 hours before dawn.
Okay.
Time to go mine a road.
With a long respite, I get my wounds back, right?
Yeah. You recover all wounds and shock.
Excellent.
Alright, then packing up the gear and going to mine a road in the night.
Hell
Spooky. I
yeah.
like it. Good times. Well, we only have 10 minutes left. I feel like you might want a bit longer than that to A, for me to make a map, and B, for you to plan out. So, unless anyone has a little RP moment you want to go through while you're having your respite, since we're here, gathered round a couple of cooking fires in your tent.
Acro, would you like to teach us squat?
Of course. I'll teach you the most basic of basics first. Okay?
As
This
soon
is
as
how you say fuck your family line?
No. That's second. There is one phrase.
hold on, do you
always
want to
know.
get closer to the microphone first?
I'm sorry. I was casting my voice away because I thought someone might be listening.
Oh, fair.
You will repeat after me as best as you can, and then I will explain to you the words. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Suka blat!
Suka blat.
No. Weak! No. If you want to truly speak squat, Kazilid, you have to have heart,
I
passion,
feel bad for anyone
anger.
that actually speaks Russian that comes to this stream.
Hi, KGB or whatever the equivalent is, don't shoot me. Please, I have no association with Nivolani.
Nah, they won't shoot you, man. Didn't you hear? The
Yeah, they
last
throw us at a
KGB
building.
assassination we know about is an umbrella with a spike full of ricin on the end that they'll jab into your thigh on the way past.
I mean, that's cool, but I just like the throwing guys out of windows one better.
If you're gonna go out in style.
Exactly. They say, try again. Suka plat!
I can't even take this seriously.
Waiting.
Yeah.
He's waiting.
I would say the squad definitely enthusiastically join in.
I feel like the entire time Noalia just cannot in this moment muster the energy to be that passionate about it. She's just always that kind of quiet, almost polite tone of just suka blyat.
He'll turn. If you keep doing, he'll turn, point a finger at you. Noelia, imagine for a minute you see a damnable heretic. He spits on the image of the Emperor, on the one you believe in most truly. He insults him. And you, before you're capable of putting bullets or your fist through his head, you damn him. Pretend that these are the words you use to curse him and his whole bloodline. Suka blyat!
Suka blyat!
Yes! Wondrous!
Lane Ward gives you a firm round of applause.
Feel like the whole squad is just like, "Aw, baby's first cuss words."
Flux is just gonna look up from where they're taking some notes on the maps, just casually, and gives you a thumbs up before going back to writing. Bonus points if she connects the dots.
I was thinking of the meme of the kid on the computer. Just like turns away from the computer, looks at camera, thumbs up, yeah, and then goes back.
This is fair. Yeah, this is Flux's new thing of like, they're just not gonna broadcast that they can read to Nualia now. They're just gonna wait for it to dawn on her.
Oh, she did not believe you at all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, motherfucker's reading a map.
Yeah. She has seen you read things before. You read the mission briefing. Like, she knows you can read.
How do you know that Riven didn't read it to me before?
This is why Flux goes with Riven in private. It's got nothing to do with the fact that they're passionately in love with each other. It's purely because she's reading to him.
We're not fucking. Riven's just reading to me.
You're getting read to, and I'm teaching people how to curse.
This
Feels
is
good, man.
so essentially you two are the Freddy and Daphne of this group. You go off, people think you're fucking, but you're probably just doing something really, really fucking boring.
Fred's
Or
just
really
running behind
dumb.
on his maths homework, and he's going to lose his scholarship.
Who's Shaggy and Velma in this instance, then?
Although I have no idea.
You are definitely Shaggy in this instance.
Yeah.
I'm Scooby-Doo, motherfucker. Don't you get fucking twisted.
I feel like
I feel like even that is not correct. You
Yeah.
are Scrappy Doo.
Yeah,
And I
you
will
are
accept
Scrappy.
no
Yeah,
other
okay.
answer.
You are
I'll
definitely
give you that
Scrappy.
one.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one. I'm like
Both,
a capable Scrappy-Doo.
I think both Noalia and Riven could count as Velma.
I don't know, Mason. Scrappy of the cartoons, like, had a fucking doctorate and built robots. Scooby-Doo's
Mhm.
just a bumbling buffoon.
All right.
What did I just walk
Scrappy
into?
was a fucking evil master. Oh. We're So, how long have you been gone?
Couple
What was
minutes.
the last thing we talked about?
Don't remember, honestly. I'm
Well, you
assuming the
shared for
session's more or
us
less
to-
over at this point, right?
Yeah,
Well, we
we're
started-
coming about to the close of the session.
Okay, alright.
Well, we've started learning squat.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nualia firmly doesn't believe that Flux can't read, which led me to make a joke that
Okay.
whenever we go off for pseudo alone time, it's just you reading to me so that I look like I know how to read.
Oh, I see.
To
Like,
which,
we're
to
not,
which
we're
I
not
said,
fucking. You're just reading it for me so that I look like I know what I'm doing.
to which I said, you two are the Daphne and Freddy of this group. People think you're going off to have sex, but really you're just doing something really boring.
And
Though
then-
Daphne was absolutely a lesbian, first of all.
Absolutely.
I'm fine
and-
with this.
And oh, it's like fucking canon.
Yeah, it
There's several different things of
I
like
mean,
her capilla skirt and
not-
crap. That's-
Not really, because one of the animators actually like came out recently and was just like, guys, the main reason you never really see like what Daphne and Freddy go off to do is because we figured they were going off having sex, so we just
Okay.
went with the more interesting people.
Okay, so she's bi, whatever.
Yeah, she's definitely bi, because in the movie there was definitely a subplot between her and Velma, and also in one of the more recent animations, Velma
That's
is a
fair.
lesbian. So
Yes, that
that's
is
the thing
fair.
happened.
Yeah, Velma
Yeah.
is absolutely lesbian.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Fucking-
But Hugh said that Mason is Shaggy,
Okay.
to which there was much protest because he wants to be Scooby Doo, and
Oh,
I
alright.
think
Yeah,
that
it's
that
like-
is also not correct, and he is Scrappy Doo.
Oh.
I mean,
Think
He
about
is
it.
the great Scrapster, and I had to defend his honor.
I can't believe you defended
Puppy's got a
Scrappy-Doo.
doctorate. He's like 2 months old.
Scrappy Doo's
Hey,
a
look,
fucking evil
look,
mastermind, and I love him to death.
Look, you don't know this, but Agrotron's got a doctorate too in
In
splitting
what?
skulls.
Oh, alright. There we go.
Turns out he legitimately has like a little stone plaque that he keeps in his bag, like wrapped up in styrofoam. And it's got chiseled on it, head splitting from the College of Azrael Grom.
Yeah, exactly.
Community college, but still.
I mean, hey, dwarf's gotta do what a dwarf's gotta do.
Motherfucker, I'm
Close.
war pledged. It's literally my job to be good at murder.
Hmm.
Well, I am going to take this and see who we can raid.
I'm gonna cut you off because clearly you have just taken my stream into the realm of the absurd.
Oh no, I don't care about that.
Isn't that what we
But
do
it
here?
is, but it is 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Today the gang learns how to say
Ooh, who's
fucking
going
whore / bitch in Russian.
Wait.
Becomes-
We've
That's true.
we've had our first lesson in squad.
Yeah, okay, but
I thought-
Which
I
is
thought
apparently
using-
analogous to Russian.
Yeah, it has become analogous to Russian. But I call it the actual dwarf language, so you know,
Okay.
I'm messed up. I said I basically taught everyone to scream "Sukabliat!"
I was gonna say because that is definitely yes. All
Yeah.
right.
We had a lovely bonding moment
Oh.
between Agro and Noelia over this.
So,
Oh, okay.
real quick, just because the timer is started,
Yep.
we're gonna go and raid Gummy J. He is one of the newer members of Quantum Pride, and want to say hi to him and give him a welcome in. He's not part of the latest batch of new members, but I think he was the batch before that. But yeah, hope everybody enjoyed, and we will see you all next week. Let's see. Tomorrow there will not be a stream because I will be having dinner with the family again. Wednesday, I have still not decided if I want to play Into the Gloom or Evil Within, and I probably won't decide until like 10 minutes beforehand.
My
So,
recommendation on that would be Evil Within.
oh yeah, no, Evil Within is pretty awesome, but Into the Gloom is absolutely terrifying. At least for me, playing it. But that is a conversation for when there is not a timer. So, hope everybody enjoyed and have a good night. Bye.
Cheers all.
Bye.
Never heard of Into the Gloom.